from Jack in the Box. I love him.
Ew.
My dad's watching Doctor Who in the background, so you guys might also hear that.
What about you, Cassie and Morrigan?
I think I want to waste your time for like 10 more minutes, actually.
Okay.
That works.
Are you guys caught up on Doctor Who stuff? Do you care about Doctor Who spoiler stuff?
I am caught up because my dad is caught up. I don't
I
particularly.
was joking. I am ready.
I don't particularly care about Doctor Who the way I did when I was a kid, but I am caught up.
I like that it's a female Doctor again. I do, but I don't like that they're doing this whole callback thing where it's like, let's find every previous actor that's ever been in Doctor Who and keep bringing them back rather than getting an actual new Doctor for us.
As it turns out, when you've run a show for half a century, you start running out of ideas.
Yeah, but
Anyway.
the new Doctor was one of the leads for like 5 seasons.
Are you clicker training fucking Izzy? Is that what that is?
I'm clicker training everyone here.
She does that for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Most of
fucking
you.
love it. I love
I'm
it
not-
so much. It makes me so fucking wet.
I'm gonna throw this out there. This is the first time she's ever used it on me, by the way, as well. She's used it on everyone else, but this is the first time it's been for me.
She uses it on you almost exclusively. What are you talking about?
This is the one I use on her exclusive.
That's mine.
Oh.
And she has already successfully clicker trained me with that. Every time she does that, I feel sad and lonely.
Good.
And I want to kill myself.
Good, I want you to
Has
feel
that stream
bullied.
started yet?
All right, Morgan, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Redadiah? Okay. All right. Last time, you all, with your newly found knowledge that the strange homeless woman you rescued seemingly underwent a lobotomy, which you suspect to be by her own hand in order to avoid the process of seramorphosis by a illithid mind flayer. You all split up early in the day, buying some supplies in order to investigate, while Cressida went to a nearby park in order to talk to some of the local flora about if they saw anything. While Cressida was doing that, she learned from the mushrooms that there is something chewy in the walls, but they have not the teeth to chew it. She didn't know what that meant, but she didn't like it, so she informed the rest of the party, who in the afternoon decided to split up with Avery and Mira taking Wilma to the local sort of infirmary, sort of hospital church thing, in order to get her looked over. While you were there, you learned that there wasn't much that they themselves could do to help Wilma besides provide her with a wheelchair in order to make up for her loss of general motor control and balance. Explaining that you would have to speak to a much more powerful matron mother who might be a high enough level cleric in order to cast a spell such as regenerate. Additionally, you wanted to speak to the matron mother of House Keemil, to which you were told that the woman there, she would try, but the current matron mother, Kali Buran, is very secretive, so she may not show up to the midnight rendezvous you have requested. Meanwhile, Simon and Riven and Cressida went to the Moicht district to check on one of the houses, which was set to be burnt down. There you managed to shamoos one of the guards to letting you into a building which they were unable to burn down due to some recent random happenings where their fire stuff got rendered inert. How'd that happen? You also let into Durgar, who lived there. While you were there, Simon, you casted Detect Good and Evil when a spattering, like a fresh spatter from a knife wound along the wall of glowing red and evil, punctuated throughout the building.
I believe last time you described it as if the fire, the embers of the fire were beginning, but it wasn't fire.
Yes. Simon, you managed to convince everyone to evacuate and handed over your own personal supply of alchemist fire in order to render the building no more.
He also got a sample in a vial.
Yes, you did do that. You then returned back to the tower where you all have met up and discussed the recent happenings. It's around 10 to 11 p.m. or so. You all are definitely getting tired. It's, your general sleep schedules haven't exactly been regulated in the Underdark, save for maybe Riven and Mira, but it's definitely later than you're used to. That is where we'll begin.
I believe the last thing that happened before we went to be continued was Simon gently placed the jar on the table and said, "We need to talk."
Yes.
So that's where I'm going to pick up.
Our groups are still separated, right?
No, you have all met up once again. I believe Simon's group was the second to return. You've sort of just set Wilma back down to make sure she's comfy and not a threat to anyone else or herself. And she seems pretty calm. And then, yeah, you see Simon kind of come in paler than usual, flanked by Cressida and Riven, who also seem a little shaken up, but not nearly as much as Simon. As Simon kind of slides what literally just looks like a big splinter onto the table in a vial and sits down and puts his fingers to his temple. Says,
Sounds
"We
like
need to
we
talk."
Simon,
sounds
we
like
got a
both got news.
we got a wheelchair for you to upgrade for her.
That's the important thing right now.
Yeah, it is.
Well, we will get
Plot
to
twist, I can fucking fly.
that.
The wheelchair's not for you.
Oh.
Why would it be
What?
for you?
I thought she was going to back to my stupid broken bone.
The
No,
wheelchair
no,
is
no.
for our mentally disabled elf friend here.
So it is me.
What?
You're not an elf.
You're not mentally disabled or an elf.
I guess.
Are you okay, Catherine?
A little.
Jesus. We can get to the repairing and upgrading of a wheelchair as soon as we discuss what I found in the condemned house owned by a couple of Durgar. They were Durgar, right?
Yes.
There is something more to this rot than the matron mother led us to believe. I'm going to tell them the whole spiel for the sake of brevity, unless you want me to roleplay it out.
No, it's fine. I think everyone understands.
It's almost like we were all there when
Yeah.
Nico described it to you.
Yeah. So, I think we should go about trying to figure out a way to learn ahead of time which houses are going to be burned and how they are able to detect these fiends, these aberrations in the walls. Because if they can detect it, perhaps we can detect it as well.
I think we should find a house they're going to build. Like we should find whoever's building the houses and go there and see that process. Because at what point are these eggs? And she's gonna put her hands up like, I don't know, eggs getting put in the walls.
Well,
Well,
that's,
I wonder where Will Wilma has been, where she could have gotten infected. Where the place that we met her, that place wasn't scheduled to be burned, was it?
No, it was outside of Moink territory.
only we
So
could.
clearly she's been somewhere.
We
Holy
could go.
shit.
We could go find that. What was it? What was the random race
The
that you had?
Darrow. The
The
Darrow.
Darrow. We could go find that Darrow and sober him up and get some info out of him about her, maybe. But I think it's clear that wherever she got infected, it's somewhere in the city in general. And there's a lithid in the walls, as Simon just said.
Well, there's something aberrant is the word. There's something aberrant within the walls. I'm not sure that they are necessarily illithid tadpoles. They could very well be, but I've never heard of an illithid tadpole. I read that whole illithid book, right?
Yeah.
I've never heard of an illithid existing outside of one of their nurseries. The tadpole, rather. We might be dealing with something wholly new, and as fascinated as I am, I'm quite honestly terrified that there might
The spell
be...
that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on. Your turn.
The spell that you used to see them in the first place, is it still active?
No, that ended hours ago, once we left the house. And it was a scroll that we bought, so...
Because I'm now wondering if like, I mean, it seems like maybe whatever it is just in the weird mushroom wood walls of most of the places, but I'm wondering if the bookshop is safe.
Did you study the wooden, like the wood? Like, I guess, did you look at it to see if there was properties about it that could sustain a tadpole the same way like a nest would?
It did not, but there is, very conveniently, a brand new laboratory in my room set up by our lovely new friend here, and I could analyze this sample to see if there's anything different than the mushroom wood outside of town. I would just need another sample to compare it to.
What's wrong with the sample you have? Oh, you need
It's
one to
already
compare
it's
it to.
already infested with the aberrant organism.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just realized the new furniture that we've been using, that you've all been sleeping on, is made out of that mushroom wood.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, that's...
Well, the beds aren't. The beds
The
are
ones
real
that we
wood.
bought, right? We went to go buy furniture, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. The beds are real wood, but like the coffee table, the couch, the your desk, and like the other wooden things are the mushroom wood.
Well, that's actually quite handy then.
Well, it's from here though. It's from the city, so it might be infected. You all might be infected. Shit, we might be fucked now.
Well, this has turned into an episode, a parody of the
The
movie,
Walking Dead.
The Thing, which is a great movie if you've never seen it.
Riven,
Mhm.
would you mind venturing out into the center of town with me? I would like to use your sense again.
Well, why don't we check the furniture first?
I'm absolutely going to. Obviously, the little venture into the center of town can wait. But I believe it is necessary.
Yeah, I'm down.
I will abscond upstairs and take a sample of, well, I suppose it doesn't really matter which object of furniture that I use. Simon's gonna kind of just touch his chin and just kind of look thoughtfully off into the distance and kind of shift his eyes a little bit as if he's like trying to think of something. And he's gonna kind of walk upstairs without another word. He's gonna take the little sample with him.
This whole plot with the illithids being in the walls and stuff is just because Meeper wanted me to spend more money on furniture, and I haggled them down. That's what all this is. This is just Meeper's like, oh, you want to get cheap furniture for cheap, huh? Fine. Then there's illithid tadpoles in your beds.
Yeah, I'm gonna pry some wood off of my desk, and I'm gonna very meticulously break it apart fiber by fiber under the microscope to see if I can't see anything under there. And then I'll do the same with the sample I took from the condemned house.
Okie dokie. Yeah, go ahead and make me a check with your Tinkerer's tools off your intelligence. As Simon takes to...
I'm going to add my flash of genius to that. That's a +4, so a 21.
Okay.
I have something I want to do while he's doing that, but I'll wait for you to do your thing.
Well, yeah, that was just going to be what I was going to say. If anyone wishes to do anything, it's going to take Simon about an hour and a half to...
I'm going to do this.
I'm gonna go check in on Wildlife while they're doing that.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
wait.
do that too.
I can't do this yet, can I? This is 5th level. I don't get this till later.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. It was on my sheet. That's why I thought I had it.
You'll probably get it because of your Order of Scribes thing or something.
Yeah. Never mind.
All right, so you're checking up on Wilma?
Yeah, I just want to see how she's doing. See if she's in need of something.
Really want to
Like
see if
food.
there's some kind of way that we can probe into her mind, like some
She
kind of
already
way
did that.
Well, we don't have. Okay, that's very good, Catherine. That's very good.
Maper, can we just assume that we take turns getting her, to the bathroom and things like that, and not have to roleplay it?
Yeah, like
Okay.
you're taking care of her as best you can. If anything
What if she
particular
says
comes up.
Does she say things while she's on the crapper? I couldn't even say that with a straight face.
No, she has been mostly silent recently. She, you see, she has actually taken one of the books off of the shelves and has started reading it.
What book is it?
Really? You started reading it?
Yeah.
Wow, I find that very surprising. Are we sure she's reading it, or is she just like kind of fiddling with it, like the pages and shit?
Give me an insight check.
Excuse me.
If it doesn't matter what book it is, I'm just gonna roll a D100 for you if that's okay.
Player characters. Oh, you do it that way? That's interesting.
Oh, it never works that way.
Click on the party. No. Click on the player character. Here you go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You got good insight.
I do. I haven't seen my dice in forever. Or those are your dice, whatever.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, you look, you see that she is clearly like her eyes are scanning the page. However, like she'll read a page and then she'll flip like multiple pages through the book and then just kind of start reading that page, and she'll like go back and forth on the book. It seems as if she knows how to read, but she seems to be having difficulties keeping a place in the book.
Okay.
What book is it?
It is a book on agriculture.
Brilliant.
I'm gonna turn to Cressida and be like, "You could read to her if you want. That's something people do for
The itsy
people like
bitsy
her."
spider.
The Izzy Bitsy.
The itsy bitsy drider.
I'll
Oh,
procure
no.
a book for you to read, Cressida, if you want to read for her. It's the Lusty Lizard Folk Maid.
I won't read that, but you can.
You get a lot of mileage out of that joke, huh?
That's on my sheet, and it is worth 100 gold, and I was allowed to start with it. So yeah, I do.
I said you could have up to 500 GP worth of books in general. You spent
And
one fifth of that on one book.
Yep.
It's a good thing most books cost like 2 or 3 copper a piece, up to maybe the most valuable ones are like a couple of gold here and there.
Mhm.
You spent 1/5 of your entire life savings on a porn.
It's
On
first
smut.
edition, director's cut and signed. All right. Actually, what I think I originally said was it was a box set because it's like 6. It's like 6 volumes. Anyway,
All right. Does anyone else have anything they wish to do to toil away the time?
we're about to go to bed, right?
Pretty soon, yeah. Unless you all decide to stay up throughout the night.
Okay. Well, I'll stay up long. Is there? Gosh dang it! I wish we had another copy of that scroll because I don't know if it's safe anymore in our tower. Like, I don't want us to get infected.
We can probably go back to the bookstore and say, hey, this was great. Please tell me you have more.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna go back to the books. That's smart. I'm gonna go back to the bookstore to get more of those scrolls. Hopefully.
What time is it at night?
It's like 11.
I don't think they're gonna be open.
It's a drow city.
Yeah, they still have like a day-night cycle.
I
Yeah, but,
love
like-
that Queen song, Bohemian Drowsity.
Shut the fuck up!
Fuck
Oh
it,
my
Dom.
god.
Funny stuff.
If they're closed, I can wait till morning again. I mean, my bedroom is fucking fine. I had my room long before I came to this stupid city.
I just want to know what Simon finds.
Dokey.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna take what's her name, and I'll go put her to bed
Okay.
if everyone's cool with that.
Yep, I'll just pick my teeth with my rapier.
As I bring her
Whoa.
past you, Avery, you notice that she's like drooling all over your clothing that she's wearing.
It's her clothing now.
Drool.
It's her clothing now. Excuse
Alright.
me?
How are you getting her up the stairs?
With help. Hey, Riven, you want to help me out here?
Hey, Ruben.
Sure, yeah.
Thank
I
you.
think she can walk.
No.
What do you
it was-
mean?
I fell catching her last time. She definitely can't.
Oh.
She read a
Okay,
book. I think
fair.
she can.
I'm gonna press the
Does
button
she have
on
to
the
go
stairs,
upstairs?
and I'm gonna turn.
Just
What do
put
you
her in
want
the
me to
cat
do?
bed. It's fine.
Yeah, she doesn't have to go upstairs and then bring her downstairs and upstairs and
Yeah.
downstairs.
Put her in the
I was
cat
She's like a
bed.
cow. She can't go downstairs. She can only go
Can't
upstairs.
walk backwards.
You can all put her in the cat bed. I'm not gonna put her in the cat bed. I'm just gonna sit here then. I guess you all put her in the cat. I have some level of conscience.
If you make my character, who is a humanoid person in your party, sleep in the cat bed, are you
Make-
really saying that the fucking lobotomy victim that we just met is worth more?
Well,
Harsh. Fucking
lore-
harsh.
lore wise is that you actually slept in bed with me before the group showed up. We know that, but also
Mhm.
I
Who?
got you a bed. You have a bed in the bedroom. Remember? You just choose not to use it.
We should lobotomize
Mira.
Mira.
Mira?
That's the word.
Okay.
That's the word.
That's the word.
You all want to put the disabled girl in a cat bed, and Mira's the one that's like, I don't know if that's quite great, but all right, go for it. Time skip us, Meebert.
Yes, Simon, toil away at the two samples that you have. You look at the one that is from the furniture you have, and you see that it is generally pretty much fine. There is, of course, some amount of errant, I guess what you could consider protein, but whether or not that's just because it's mushroom flesh, other fungus, insects, or what have you. You're not sure.
General Underdark yuckiness.
Yeah, your implements are not refined enough to tell anything beyond that. But yeah, you take the time to look through the other piece of wood, and as you're kind of shaving it down, eventually you do find what it was you assumed your spell found. And what you find is not a tadpole. Instead, it is a sickly looking red flesh. It peels and has the texture as it clings to the wood of almost like the guts of a gourd. It is, again, pretty small section, only the size of like a pinto bean, but it's definitely gross, stringy, tendony almost, as it sticks within the wood. It's very nauseating to look at.
Is
but
it like
doesn't
that thing
have
that
like
we
a
found on
smell
that
or
guy's
anything.
pocket?
Yes.
Hold on. What? Hold on. Repeat that.
I said, is it like the thing we found in that guy's pocket?
What do we find in what guy's pocket? I don't remember that.
The guy
When-
in the alleyway with the girl, he had like a skin thing in his pocket, and like we learned it was from a spell that's from Pathfinder.
Oh. Oh.
Yes. Yeah. That was from the Quaggoth, Kurg, who was in the same place as she was.
That's right. Okay, pieces of the puzzle are coming together. So what they view as a rot, and what they tell people is a rot, is more or less an infestation of this weird aberrant flesh spreading through the wood. Does it look like it's alive? Is there any movement in it at all? Or did it cease any aberrant activity once I took it away from its building?
Like, again, it was like incredibly hidden. You took like, it's still a small piece of it, but you took like one of the larger sections that you saw or had access to. So if it is doing anything or does do anything, when you found it, you assume it was dormant and has remained dormant, even now as you're picking it apart.
Do we
Again,
know
it is like
what?
red pumpkin guts.
Do we know what Quaggoths eat?
They're omnivorous. They're basically big gorilla men.
I was only asking because we know that the Quaggoth had that lump of yucky flesh in his pocket.
He was dead, but then he appeared not to be dead. What if he actually
wasn't
is
dead? That's just Quaggoth metabolism.
Oh, okay. It was also the Quaggoth's friend that told us to get rid of their fire.
Yeah.
You also found
Ooh.
Wilma next to that Quaggoth.
It's a conspiracy. So, okay. Here's what Simon's thinking. That Quaggoth and that, oh my god.
Gnome? Deep gnome?
He wasn't a deep gnome.
Darrow.
Darrow. The Darrow and the Quaggoth, I think, were making themselves out to be anti-establishment, you know. Fuck these guys, fuck their rot. But because the Quaggoth had some of this flesh shit in his pocket, I think they know exactly what's going on, what this rot really is, and they're trying to sabotage them from burning it. So they want whatever this is to spread. I think we need to... Simon's going to go back downstairs with his samples.
How much time has passed, Meeper?
It's like 11:45-ish.
Like how many hours from when he started doing work?
Like an hour and a half.
Oh,
Oh, you mean
I'm
yeah,
attempting to long rest.
not the next day. Not quite
Okay.
yet.
I had a thought. Is everybody here? Where's Ada?
She exploded.
I think I accidentally moved her. Oh, there she is. She camouflaged in really well with the wall.
Yes.
I had a thought. I think that perhaps that Quagoth and the Darrow were deceiving us. In my limited amount of time that I've had to research this, it turns out it's not tadpoles, nor was it eggs of some sort as I had hypothesized, or perhaps mealworms that were similar enough to... I won't bore you with my theories, as all of them were wrong. The Darrow had a lump of whatever I found in this wood in his pocket, a much larger lump, and I'm afraid that we might have been duped. I don't think they are very anti-establishment at all. In fact, I think they're trying to help spread this. So, I think we need to go and have a discussion with the matron mother. And Mira, I know how you feel about how society
agree.
works down here, but I will ask you to hold your tongue and avoid starting a fight about drow slavery and child death, just for the duration of our conversation, at the very least.
Should we go capture that Quagoth maybe before we go there?
I think, at the very least, we should go and see if they have returned to their little back alley hideout.
They never. The
Quagoth was
Quagoth guy
there,
never
yeah.
left. Yeah.
Change of plans, by the way, Riven. I don't think we should go back to Town Square and use whatever it is, that sense of yours that will tell us if they're nearby. Because I have a feeling we can find out from the matron mother herself.
Sounds good.
First thing in the morning, we do need to rest. And I think that maybe, perhaps if the bookstore has restocked any of their wares, we could try to find a scroll of detect thoughts so that we might dive deeper into Wilma's subconscious and learn a bit more about what happened to her.
Hadn't we already done detect thoughts on her?
No, you did calm emotions.
Got it. Okay.
Are we all in agreement?
Yeah.
All right. Yes. As the hour begins to strike over, you hear a knocking at your door.
Oh, goodness. Well, Mira, it's your house. You should answer it.
Does what's your cat's name, Riven?
Ashen?
Does Ashen like is he chill about what's going on, or is he freaking out? Does he know there's something at that door? You know what I mean? Like animal instinct.
I don't know, Meeper, does he have animal instinct? Or is it just kind of a cat?
How about you have him give us an insight check?
Also, I'm gonna look through the peephole. Peephole.
Okay. I guess you have a peephole now.
Wills it into existence.
Ashen is
He's a little dummy head.
he is not paying attention. All right. Yes, you look through the peephole You just see a very absent-minded looking blue dragonborn standing outside.
Oh, Beerus.
Is it Beerus? Is that Beerus?
It seems to be Beerus, yes.
Oh.
Hey,
Hey, Beerus.
I found you guys. I've been looking for you all day. Well, ever since I woke up, and that was like at 4, but
Oh god,
all day.
Meeper's gonna make us kill Barris because now Barris is infected with the Mind Flayer tadpole.
We don't have to kill him. We just have to give him a lobotomy.
Yeah. He won't be much worse off for it. Mira, as Beerus walks by you, you go to close the door, but you see kind of almost at the end of the sort of pathway up to your shop. You couldn't see them before because of Beerus's big fat head. You see a slender looking figure standing at the edge in this sort of crow feather garb.
Crow feather.
Eileen, what is she doing here?
I mean, can you give me a visual aid of some kind? Can I actually see it, or
No, I don't have any pictures or anything.
are they coming towards me? Are they leaving? What are they doing?
They just sort of seem to be standing at a distance.
I wonder if it's the matron mother that can do regeneration.
Midnight
Oh, yeah,
meeting.
it's
Midnight
midnight.
meeting. Midnight meeting.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. I'm gonna go outside and so people, guys. I'm gonna close the door and kind of
Yes.
gesture with my head.
Of course, it is that time. I was about to go to bed. I had completely forgotten. I'm terribly sorry about that.
Is she gonna come over, or should I approach her?
You see them approach slightly, but then stop, almost as if they are keeping their distance.
I produced the talisman.
Okay.
You are welcome.
You're
Mia.
inside.
Oh, you went outside and closed the door?
Yeah, that's why I said there's a peephole if y'all want to watch.
Oh, I'm just gonna go outside.
Okay. I'm gonna approach, I guess, since she's staying far away.
Yes,
I'm gonna go off the board.
Someone's gonna go outside and do the thing that he was trained to do with his noble background and like bow to her and like, hello, my name is Simon Wolfgang Krieger. I'm here representing House Dim. Thank you for meeting us here in the middle of the night. We would like a brief discussion about a matter of grave importance.
Yes, there is a tepid silence. If there was wind at all to blow, it would be blowing as they sort of stand there for a moment before you hear them finally speak. Yes, it appears as if you've surmised there is something lurking within the city.
Yes, some sort of aberrant flesh infects these condemned homes. I am as fascinated as I am, quite honestly, terrified. We are currently in possession of a young woman named Wilma, who appears to have lobotomized herself, and we fear these things might be linked.
Again, there is a sort of moment of tepid silence before she says, I see. Yes. While my exhale has gone missing in the past, it seems as if she has been found. I'll let you do with her what you wish. You seem to be taking care of her.
Her what?
She's gone missing in the past. Do with her what you will. You seem to be taking care of her.
But she said her exile or her what? I didn't hear the word.
Oh, it was her last name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, about that, do you or anybody in your noble house or congregation know anything of
deep regeneration magics. Because I should very much like to get Miss Wilmer back in working order.
Only one matron mother currently has such connection to the gods to be able to summon a power like that, that being Mylak Dim.
Oh,
With your
lovely.
talisman, she may be willing to do as such, but she will most likely require some sort of favor or courtier in return.
Well, I am no stranger to exchanging favors with nobles, so... Is there anything that you would like to discuss? I can't imagine you came all the way out here to the boonies, as it were, to listen to us talk about what we have discovered.
Would you like to come inside?
Oh, of course. How incredibly rude of me. Would you like to come inside? We have tea. Do we have tea?
Yeah, how's
Mira?
tea?
Right.
And books.
And books. In fact, more books than pretty much anything.
I remain content here.
Can I see her face clearly?
No, it is clearly obscured. She is staying a distance away from you. The night is at its darkest point, etc., etc. She does say something, though. She says, I wish to know what you learned from Petillent.
Who was that?
Were
That
you...
was the
That was the guy we spoke, right?
Yeah,
that was, what's the
Izzy
tabaxi?
Izzy wasn't
Yeah.
there for that. Old Tabaxi monk assassin.
That dude was bad at fucking
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah, he was. He didn't give a fuck.
Simon will speak candidly and talk to her about the encounter and the things they discussed. We know that he was a political assassin. He specifically targeted clergymen, left them paralyzed from the waist down. Oh no, he targeted their consorts, right?
They're concubines,
Yeah,
basically.
their concubines. We know that Papillon targeted the concubines of high-level clergymen and left them paralyzed from the waist down. It was all to pay a debt. And I believe he said something about he did say something about Mr. Black, right?
Yes, when you asked him who he was made his contract with, that's all he said.
He mentioned something about a Mr. Black with whom he was in contract. And as long as he is alive, he will continue his contract because there is no end to his contract.
How far is she from us?
Probably about 40 feet.
Okay.
We did unfortunately have to kill him. Regrettably,
Well, he wanted us to kill him. He literally gave us no choice. We
regrettably,
didn't want to.
I, in a rather admittedly characteristic manic episode, am the one who sprung him from his shackles to begin with. So, it is unfortunate that he himself is not here, alive and well, to tell you the story himself. Chained as he would have been otherwise.
Yes. 200 years he was held captive.
Yes, I'm
And yet,
very much aware, and
Finally,
I do so feel guilty about that. I'm incredibly sorry.
I'm sorry to interject real quick. We didn't we cast Speak with Dead on him because we thought that once his pact was fulfilled, like once he died, we could get answers from him. Did that ever bear fruit?
Yeah, that's how we
Yeah,
learned about
now
Mr.
you-
Black.
hmm
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Sorry.
yeah, that's when you learned most of the things about him. He was pretty secretive otherwise. what is the trigger for your hold action, Mira?
If she tries to like, if she says like some like, "Oh, I'm actually the big bad," ha ha ha, disappear type bullshit.
I see.
I think you'd have to be
If
a
she
little
wants-
bit more specific than that.
If she's the bad, if she tries to leave and we are not yet ready for her to leave.
Yes, but she continues to say, 200 years we held Petillent to try and find this information that you were able to, despite your savant way of doing things. You seem to get results. I'd recommend you work for the house whose talisman you have. I believe you will find ways to get more results then.
Well, while I do agree that it would probably be in our best interest to see if there's any work we can do for the matron mother in exchange for her services and other things, you must understand that Petillent simply left us no choice. He refused to speak, and he did reveal that the only way he would speak is in death. So we obliged. It wasn't a matter of, as you called it, our savant ways. We simply followed directions. His directions.
Can Mira say something?
Sure.
I'm asking Tommy.
Oh yeah. You weren't there for the
I don't want to
Petillent
mess
incident.
up. I don't want to mess up your thing. But so you're saying that House Dim, which they're located in the other half of the city,
Yes,
up
Old
north. You're saying House Dim is the ones that could potentially help our friend, and furthermore, you're suggesting that we do work for them as well to get more info in relation to this whole thing that Simon's talking about. But what about the problems here in this part of the city? What about the red flesh? Are you saying we should ignore that and just leave?
The people here are woefully inept to be able to deal with such thing. Members of House Dim have dealt with this far beyond this budding state that it's in, and you see them kind of look at one of the nearby buildings. They made sacrifices to stop it. I'm sure they would be more than willing to curtail it sooner than later, even if it means benefiting their political others, such as House Moix.
What is it though? What is the red flesh? Where does it come from? Why is it here?
This information I have not been able to pry out of the hands of House Dim.
Might
I
I
have been
ask?
secretive about this, a sore spot, as it were.
You're confident that they know though.
I am confident, yes. They recently lost one of their own to an event such as this on the surface.
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
Thank you.
Might I ask a question as well?
Can I have a special power up thing from
You can
my
have my
tinkerer
flat.
friend next to me?
You can have my flash of genius. You can have a +4.
That's a
I can
14 then.
any creature that I can see, I can do it as many times as my intelligence modifier allows.
You've definitely used it a lot today. I don't know if that was your last one, but I'm going to say that's your last one.
Okay, that's fine. That's my last one. You get a 14 then.
14 total, maybe.
Yeah, you're at a distance. You can't see their face. They have been almost significantly stagnant. However, you don't seem to think that they're lying to you. They, beyond just Drow being secretive and dramatic, as well as you don't really know this person, you don't see a reason why they would lie to you.
Okay.
I had a question as well, and I was hoping that perhaps this was one of the things you were able to pry from them in your dealings and interrogations, I think would be the correct word. do you happen to have any sort of knowledge on how they find the houses that need to be excised? How they detect this rot? I did come across a shop selling scrolls. One of them seemed to work fine for me, for I did manage to collect a sample from said house. But surely they can't just be going through detection scrolls willy-nilly.
She
I
sort
think
of pauses a moment. You see her like raise her hand to her mouth, almost as if she's chuckling. She says, "Ah, you see, this is where you and House Moik share a bit of congruence. Both you and them are savants, if you would. House Moik was built on more of a sense of dumb luck. They were the ones who found the cavern that make up Newtown Fair in Aranzan, but their unfortunate dealings found themselves at the bad end of the stick with regards to keeping its political power. And now, off the whims of a long missing and probably dead ancient matron mother of House Moik, they continue to burn down houses for the reasons of removing stagnancy, which they call rot. The fact that these happenings just so happen to lead to a benefit to them is nothing more than dumb luck and coincidence, or maybe the hands of fate playing their cruel tricks once again.
Gods above, you're telling me they don't even understand that the rot is real?
This is as much as I have surmised, yes.
Well, I think we should head up to Old Town Fair in Aranzan as quickly as possible. There's not much we can do here beyond helping them set the houses ablaze and perhaps finding a way to counteract it, but I think the best way to do even that would be to speak to the matron mother of House Dim. You have been extraordinarily helpful. If there's anything we can do for you in payment, if there's anything I can do for you in payment, let me
You
know.
have already done quite enough, Pride, and
Could you
gleaned
provi-
much information from this conversation.
Could you provide us with a means to find these? My friend mentioned we used a scroll to find some of the rot. Do you know, like, of an object maybe, some sort of magically attuned one that would allow us to detect or find more of the rot easier in the future?
I know not of such things. I've not seen the rot for myself, merely my own dealings within House Dim have brought me such information, and I have found it to be credible. Credible enough to when I hear of lobotomies and whatnot from my second, I come to find whether or not it is true.
You seem to know Wilma. Who is she in the grand scheme of things? Is she of importance? Does she have a title, a family? Like, who is she?
She is the daughter of a small house which deals with house. Let's see here. With House Yodun, her family owns a great bit or a decent amount of the land along the wall, which grows mushrooms and food for the city near the
So she's.
outskirts of the river.
Are you
But other
saying
than
she's
that,
royalty?
not royalty, just a
Oh.
minor noble. Daughter of a minor noble.
You
even.
were really banking on that secret princess shit, weren't you?
Well, I mean, I think I was sort of right. She's clearly she's a minor noble, but that's still something.
Well, so is Simon.
Yeah. Well, no one cares about Simon. Anyway, is there anything else that you want to tell us or that you want to ask us?
No, I think I'll let you all figure out the rest from here.
I
Know that
vortex warp.
I'll be listening. Okay, you go behind them. And
I want. I'm not doing the hold action vortex warp. I want a vortex warp, just like right in front of her, just so I can get a clear view of what her face looks. Because like you're saying, she's in the shadows, right? I want to get close
Mhm.
enough to see her face.
What are the
Okay,
dangers to
Unless
that?
you're saying it's wrapped. Is her face like wrapped up and like obscured like that, or is she just sort of like hiding in the shadows?
no, it's not obscured like that, but go ahead and give me a perception check as you do so.
Okay, I know she's probably gonna disappear and run off. That's fine. I just want to get a look of what she looks like before she leaves. Unless Simon, do you think I should? Tommy, do you think I shouldn't do that? Do you think it's dumb?
I think it's an interesting use of a spell slot, to say the least.
We're about to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm just. It feels like she has been pretty candid with us, and
I'm not attacking her.
I know, but I feel like it would be a weird betrayal of her trust that she has given us this far just to meet with us, to just kind of jump her and try to get a look at her face. It just seems weird. That's all.
All right. Well, you know what? Actually, you make a good point.
At the very least, I think it betrays the tone of the conversation we've been having.
I'm gonna ask her, Meeper. I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna say, before you go, would you allow me to see your face?
She just pauses and laughs, and she says, "Now, that is something many would pay a great deal for." As you see her just poof, and like just some crow feathers fly out and away before disappearing. Just gone, vanished.
She's Sasuke's brother.
He is very cool. I like this character a lot.
Does no one get that reference at all?
Yes, I get that reference. And Tachi
Okay, thank you.
Uchiha, I get the reference.
He does the exact same thing.
I am gonna go back inside, let Gang know what's up. Hello, my friends, my found family, my dearest loves. We are heading to Old Town Fair in Aranzan first thing in the morning because we have a true lead. Turns out, House Dim is very much aware of the rot, and House Moink, sincerely, everybody in town genuinely believes that this rot is just urban.
Ceremonial.
Yeah, it's just. Well, I'm trying to think of the word. Gentrification. That's
You wait.
according to what was her name? I'm
Do you
sorry.
know what that word means?
Gentrification is like when the inherent lowering of property value due to things like gang activity.
Other way around.
It's
No.
the other way around. It's
Yeah,
the other way
no.
around.
Yeah, it's, the other way around.
It's when expensive bougie places open up in a poor neighborhood, and it makes it so that the poor people can't afford to live there anymore.
Okay, you're right. My bad. But they,
I'm gonna go to bed,
Well-
and I'm taking what's her name with me.
what was the lady who we talked to? Did she give us her name? I'm sorry, I forgot.
You are unsure if it was even her, but if you were speaking to the matron mother of House Kemiel, it would be Kali Buran.
A lady who I can only assume is our matron mother, Kali Buran, informed us that, as if by divine providence, or perhaps sheer dumb luck, they just happened to be burning the right houses. The only people who even knew about it, in my opinion, were the Quaggoth and the Darrow. And the only evidence to support that theory is the fact that the Quaggoth had that lump of flesh in its pocket. But,
the alleged Kali Baran told us that the matron mother of House Dim up in Old Town, Fernaranzen, might be able to help us out in our attempts to fix Wyler's brain.
Did
And
you say
it's-
old at first?
I said old, like I just didn't separate them. But nice catch.
Yep.
I vortex warp her up the stairs.
This is our
Oh.
best. Now, in
do.
my opinion, this is our best shot at fixing Miss Wyler here, and honestly, our best shot at fixing what's going on down here in Newtown.
All right, let's all go to bed. If she makes the save against it, I swear to God.
She isn't resisting, but I did want to do it just to see what would happen. She did save.
All right, cool. I'm gonna take her in here into the bedroom, and yours is on the couch. Great. I'm gonna put her in one of the beds, and I'm gonna
You put her in one of the top bunks.
No, I put her in a bottom bunk. Is that unusual?
As Simon lies down, that like mad scientist in him is creeping up to the top, and he can't help but smile at the possibilities.
You gonna work on that wheelchair tonight?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do before Simon falls asleep. He's gonna start tinkering with that shitty old broken up wheelchair, and make it like as automatic as he possibly can for Wilma.
Racing stripes, flames.
No, I'm thinking like a rudimentary, like motor and steering mechanism, just something simple.
See. Yeah, go and give me a check with your Tinkerer's tools.
I'm going to use luck points if this sucks. That sucked. Let me try again.
Also, I don't know how Simon does it, but does Simon actually use Tinkers? Like,
Yeah. I have it's check marked in my tool proficiencies, and I can click on it on my character sheet to use it.
all right. What I meant was, whatever your spell focus is, can't you use that as Tinker's tools? Because oh no, it's the other way around. I'm being stupid.
Yeah.
His spell focus is a green gem embedded into the back of his Actually, I think it should probably be the front of his hand, because he would probably channel his magic through it when he casts like Scorching Ray and shit. Yeah, but that's a 19 total.
Yeah, so you didn't have too much time to work. It was already past midnight by the time, and you wanted to get an early start to the next day. But you did take the time to kind of sketch up what you wanted to do, and you have a plan going forward.
Fantastic.
I think we're gonna get attacked tonight, but we'll see what happens.
I don't think so. I think we are in the midst of a conspiracy, not among the people of Old Newtown, but among the non-humanoid races that are down here, maybe trying to spread this infection under the guise of like stopping fascism.
Right.
Okay.
We sleep.
You all lay down for the evening once again. As the night progresses, Avery, that smell of blood once again hits you. Your eyes flutter awake. You're still only half lucid, still shaking off the post-revival sort of sluggishness. What do you do?
I am. Can I see the little like hamlet from the tower?
Not really. Again, Mira's house is only like
200 feet tall.
Nope.
like
It's
the
only
peak, like the peak hole. I just say it, so it's true. It's just ridiculously tall.
It's only like 2 stories tall. It's rounded. So it's like a Shrek house. Uh,
What?
uh, so, like, you're nestled in between two buildings, so you can only really kind of see down the alleyways. Like, again, this is a very choking city, is the best way to describe it.
I want to scale up onto the roofs, like as soon as I can. Like I'm not waiting. Like I gotta get a good look at whatever this is.
Okay, yeah, so you spring out of bed, you clamber out. Do you go out the front door, or do you like pop open a window?
Pop open a window and scale as high as I can get.
Wilma's gonna
Alright.
follow you out the window.
Okay. You go outside and you stand atop Mira's house, as it's the closest thing you could clamber up onto. You allow your nose to guide you. The setting is still very dark. It is only the very low crimson light of the Narbundel sending out, a red light with these harsh black shadows throughout the night sky. And as you look around and follow your nose, you pinpoint what it is, and kind of in a moment of lucid clarity, you realize that the smell that you've been smelling has been that of a bitter nostalgia, as you see a black silhouette appear out from behind a chimney stack. A woman who you remember all too well, as she just says, "Hey, killer."
Oh boy. Um. What are you doing here? What is this?
Oh, so harsh. We bring you a impromptu family reunion, although it seems as if you've already replaced us.
Yes, I quite have, and I was hoping to never see your face again.
Oh, so cruel.
You're one to speak of cruelty.
You were given such nice things, and yet this is how you repay father.
He repay him? You must be joking. You're still under his spell. You still believe that what he's doing is for your best interest? For everybody's best interest?
He took me, the siblings, you. He brought us from nothing, useless, trash, and he took that garbage and recycled it into something worthwhile.
You don't know that. We were children. You have no idea what trajectory your life could have had. Do you never mourn for the childhood that you never got to have? Do you not see what is going on here?
My childhood stayed in the gutter where it belonged and always would have been, and so would yours, and so would all of our siblings.
I refuse to believe that. I carved my own path.
Well, carve it in your own arms as you would. The scars will stay, but know that by the time you leave the Underdark, you'll be leaving with us, casket or otherwise.
Somehow
Oh
I doubt
shit,
that.
Cassie,
I have
is being a blood hunter, like the way you do your shit, is that an allegory for self-harm?
I don't know if it's an allegory, but you self-harm too.
Yeah, I know, but like, you know what I mean.
I don't know. Ask Matt Mercer. I don't know.
No, I'm saying for your character specifically.
Oh no, not
Did you
no.
choose?
My character.
Did you choose blood hunter because like the self-harm aspect is like a key like feature. Like a
No,
key,
I chose it because I like the idea of a monster that monsters.
it's just the way that your sibling, quote unquote, just kind of put that idea in my head.
Hmm. What was the last thing my sibling said?
Uh, she said, "You'll be leaving the Underdark with us one way or another. It's your choice whether you want yourself and your new friends to be in a casket."
Did I hear her clamber out the window?
No.
I don't. I think. I think you don't know what you're getting yourself into, and I think you vastly underestimate the allies that I've made, and vastly underestimate the stability of one of them in particular. Something tells me you're gonna live to. Something tells me you're gonna live to regret ever doing this.
Mira sneezes. Clearly, she's being talked about. No, I'm joking.
You see
Simon
her
sneezes. He's
sort of.
clearly being talked about.
You see her arms sort of unfold as she's like, "Father has given us many gifts, and we'd love to give them to you as well. But perhaps when the time comes, we'll simply show you what you're missing out on."
There is no gift that could be worth the only life you were ever given. The only life that you had control over. There's nothing in this world that is equivalent. He took so much from you. I want you to understand. How do you not?
It's true, he might have taken things, but he gave them back. And here we are, strong, together, with family. And unlike you, we need not come back by way of smelling like brimstone and fairy shit.
Hmm. Hmm. Well,
Bow chicka wow wow.
it seems that there's a very hard lesson in store for you. And we'll see who's right. We'll see. We'll see. I
See,
suppose now is the part where you scamper away to your master, and I'm supposed to be quaking in my boots and running to tell.
you can tell your new little comrades whatever you want. As for us, Father isn't here right now. He wishes to stay away from places like this. But, well, I think we'll bring you to meet him soon enough. Goodbye, dear sister. And you see her silhouette sort of fade in with those of the buildings as the scent dissipates, as you see Ironbeak leave your sight.
I spit on the ground and I go, shit. And then I go back inside.
Okie dokie. Do you tell anyone of your midnight rendezvous?
Is anybody even awake?
You see Beerus has just been hanging out on the couch with a small candle. He has a book that he's reading. He has like tiny spectacles on.
I'm gonna plop down next to him and I'm just gonna look at him and go flask.
All right. Yeah, you see him sort of like he just kind of like reaches under the table and he's like, how strong?
I don't. What's a clever way of saying this? I don't want to think or feel right now.
Strong, strong. Got it. And you see him pull out kind of a tall
Dwarven-
square bottle.
Dwarven nuclear absinthe.
Yeah, he pulls out a tall square bottle,
Jesus.
Romulan ale.
pours like 2 shots, uses a bit of lightning breath, and you see it kind of crackling as it takes on the lightning, like a flame shot, but for lightning. And he hands it to you. He kind of clinks glass with you and takes it down.
Yeah, I drink it down in solitude, or That's not the word. Whatever.
Rust.
Somberly.
Not solid. What's the opposite of solitude? I do it with him.
In revelry.
Sure. And then I'm gonna once I down it, You got any siblings?
What book is he reading?
It's like basically the D&D equivalent of the Hungry Caterpillar.
Okay. the hungry Drider? I don't know.
Hungry carrion crawler.
I was gonna say the hungry purple worm.
The hungry elephant tadpole.
Yeah.
Poignant.
It came from a small clutch, but they all kind of did their own thing, left me behind.
Do you resent them for it?
I mean, we all make our own choices. And not all of mine have been good, neither of theirs.
Do you ever feel guilty for leaving them behind?
I guess I never left them. They left me. But guilt is an odd word. It keeps us in check, but it also keeps us trapped.
Ain't that the truth?
Wilma should also be awake, right? Because she's an elf.
Damn, Beerus fucking wise as shit.
She
head stupid, heart smart.
He does have a 15 in wisdom. Wilma, despite being a elf, it seems as if she does sleep as opposed to meditating.
Okay.
Yes. So
just pour. Just pour another glass and then clink and then say to siblings.
Yeah. Beerus chases it down with you, and you all spend the night until things go fuzzy and then dark. Everyone wakes up later than they're used to. Mosquito. You stayed up late, some of you later than others. But you do all awaken to a long rest. Avery, you now only have a -1 to basically everything, as opposed to your -2.
Did my long rest just pop up for everybody on the right?
Yeah.
Does it always do that? I've never noticed that.
It's always done.
Yeah.
Yeah, for everyone,
Oh, I never noticed that.
if you please.
Oh, hi, Nami.
So yes, it is a new day. Are you immediately going to be heading north to Old Town? Are you going to seek out Kurg the Quaggoth?
I think
are you going to go
How
shopping?
hungover am I?
I'd say a lot, babe.
I would say make a Constitution save.
You
Go ahead with the hungover.
you definitely wake up and your head feels like it was hit by a jolt of lightning. But you've kind of woken up every day recently like that, so it's not too different. It's just now you're waking up later. You hear the sound of meat on a skillet, and you're just like, oh god, anything to chase down what I did last night. What happened? And you see Beerus is just conked out. He inhales with a loud snore and then breathes out, and there's a bit of shocking electricity as he does so.
I'm gonna
say that the grogginess wears off as soon as those precious 10 seconds you get in the morning when you wake up and you don't realize that shit sucks.
Yeah.
Well, that is it's kind of like that, but I'm groggy, and then I remember what last night, sort of more clear.
Simon's downstairs, taking quick measurements of the wheelchair that's already there, and adding doing architecture math shit on the blueprints he made. Good morning.
Good morning.
No, it isn't.
Rough night.
I'm like grumpy as shit.
I'm gonna tell everyone that I'll meet them at the. It's a ferry, right? That we take up the river.
Yes, it is a ferry in the
Yeah.
northeastern part of
I'm gonna
Fahrenheit.
I'm
I
gonna
can't
tell
put
them
you
that
all on my back. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
I'm gonna tell them that I'm gonna meet them there, and that I'm gonna go pick up a friend. Wink, wink. And I'm gonna ask Cressida if she wants to join me.
I suppose it.
I'm gonna go abduct that Quagoff.
I'm gonna pull Simon to the side, like get him alone. Being that he's probably the person in the party that I'm closest to, and I'm gonna tell him what happened last night.
Oops. I definitely think it's way funnier if you both go in the bathroom.
Sure. Yeah, we're both in the bathroom, and I'm like,
There's a little splash. Oops.
and let's just say that I recount everything that happened because, yeah.
And you said her name was Ironbeak? Certainly,
1 second.
certainly not the most creative of names, that's for certain. Did this, maniacal father of yours name all of his, for lack of a better term, creations this way?
Yes, we were all given. So, in addition to the process of becoming a blood hunter, he did sort of aesthetic modifications to us just for fun. And it would always have some sort of ironic twist. Like for me, it was he removed my incisors and replaced them with iron and gave me the name Iron Bite.
You know we're not going to let them take you. Right?
I'm not worried about them taking me. I'm worried about what they'll do to you guys. They need me. They don't need you.
Yes. Well, you've seen what we can do. And granted, you haven't seen your siblings, and he'll do that sarcastic air quote in the air, for quite some time. And you likely don't know how much stronger or weaker they've become in the interim years. But I dare say, with the 6 of us, it shouldn't even be much of an issue at all.
Yes.
You
With
have
this particular person,
Sorry.
I don't often like talking about it, but in my, during those days, I was sort of unofficially known as the best in the nest, and it drew the ire of all my siblings who craved father's love far more than I did. And the person who I saw last night was by long and far my closest competitor in that regard. So she's probably his right hand girl by now.
Do you think perhaps she's jealous that you said
I cast his love away, and she craves it. I think so.
yes, jealous, and more so jealous of the fact that he's expending all of these resources and sending people after you?
I suspect that there is an emotional element that can be exploited in this, yes.
Perhaps then we can exploit that emotional element back in her direction.
Yeah, because in a fight, I'm not sure what he's done to her since. I'm not sure what power she has, but if she's unstable, we can at least use that against her.
Oh, don't worry. She's not the only one who's unstable.
Yeah, I mentioned that actually. I told her that you were particularly
Did you mention how I tried to burn down an entire city because the mayor held my sister hostage until I signed a contract, which I
it was a
still didn't sign?
it was a very short exchange. I'm sorry I didn't have
No,
time to
I'm trying to make light of the situation because you seem to have woken up in somewhat of a terrible mood.
Yeah, no, but actually, weirdly enough, and you're probably not going to believe this, but Beerus, of all people, kind of helped me last night.
You're
We
right.
don't think
I
of him
don't
as
believe
very.
you.
We don't typically think of him as a very insightful person, but last night he actually helped me a lot.
Are you sure it wasn't the alcohol?
You say
Maybe
that,
you-
but
That was
maybe-
definitely a big part of it.
Maybe you heard wise things because the beer goggles were filtering out his language into the conscious centers of your brain and making them seem more, well, intelligent.
I'm just saying there might be more layers to Beerus than at
Well-
first glance.
Beerus knocks on the bathroom door. I need to lay a deuce.
I gotta puke.
Not all who wander are lost, but I sure
Yup.
am.
Mira actually is going to yell from the front door. Y'all got to get out. I need to pick up my house.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, just making out in here.
No, don't put that in their heads. Well,
Sorry, I don't think quick on my feet.
Are we in the bathroom?
It would appear so, yes.
I would very much like to leave this room now, please.
Oh, but it's so cozy.
Yes.
It's also clean and there's scented candles. It's not like a bar or a tavern.
Yes.
Yep, nothing like a good tandem piss with your best buddy as I walk out.
Mira's gonna be like I didn't hear much, but they were saying something about don't cross the streams. I don't.
The phrase tandem piss has now entered the lingual zeitgeist of the English language.
That's a really good one. I love that one.
Tandem piss.
Meeper, can we say everyone leaves the house?
Yes, you
Someone's in a hurry.
you get
Well, I'm gonna go abduct a
Yeah,
Quagoff. I'm doing my own
Yeah.
special mission.
you get Wilma downstairs, and in her chair, you will finish eating, and you all get ready to pack up and leave.
So, my friends, where to first? Straight to
I'm-
Old Town, or are we going to, as Mira suggested, interrogate us a Quagoth?
No. You go to the ferry, and I'll meet you there with the Quagoff.
Oh, you're going to bring him?
Yeah, I'm going to abduct him against his will.
Are you sure you're up to that by yourself?
I'm bringing Cressida.
Are you sure you're up to that with Cressida?
Yes, I am actually. Okay, outside the game, I have an amazing plan. So trust me, this will be great.
I will choose to trust you.
Well, has Cressida agreed to this?
Cressida has regretfully.
Oh,
Why is it
boy.
regretfully? Don't come if you don't want to come. Like
I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry.
we're gonna go abduct a
You're gonna go-
Quagoff.
You're gonna go talk to a very EP gorilla.
We're not gonna
Eevee
talk.
Gorilla.
I don't plan to talk to him at all. I literally plan to abduct him.
One of him,
Question.
100 of you.
Question. If I turn into a gorilla, can I speak to
You
It's common.
I'm
Speak now.
joking.
Now that was actual fantasy racism right there.
It literally wasn't. It was a reference to how many times I've asked that question before.
Oh yeah. Are we far from that place where he was?
No.
Okay,
Not
I'll
very.
go there.
Here. Okay, yeah, so you all split up. Tommy, Avery, and Riven, is there anything you wish to do as you head north?
I think before I hit the ferry, I am going to go back to that bookstore and see if they have any more scrolls of Detect Good and Evil, and maybe if they've gotten any more stock scroll of Detect Thoughts.
Okie dokie.
If you do manage to get a scroll of detect thoughts, that's one of the ones I can copy, and then we'll get it infinitely.
Fantastic.
All right. Yeah, so, you go into the store. It's clearly been open for a little while. The same elderly tabaxi man sits behind the desk as you hear a small, almost somber, like ping as you enter through the door. He's like, welcome back. It's you all again.
Yes, good morning, my friend. I was wondering if you had gotten any new scrolls in the past couple of days. Or the past, I suppose, day.
Yes, well, I've certainly put in orders for some new supply. You have kept us lucrative over the last couple days, you and your small group. But making scrolls and such take time, and they must come from upstream.
Oh. So you're saying that I might actually find better luck in purchasing a scroll, more specific ones, like, say, Detect Thoughts or Detect Good and Evil, if I were to make my way to Old Town.
Yes, there are shops there as well, plus the place any stores probably going to procure their uh, spell scrolls would be from the Academy in the Pillars of the Findam, specifically the Pillar of the Graviturgist.
Oh, lovely. Intellectuals, academics. Fantastic. Before we head out, my friend, would you mind if I took a look around one more time to see if there's something that I might have overlooked? Perhaps something that might have been buried underneath some scrolls that I overlooked? Or behind some,
Peruse
in between books?
you see fit. I
Thank you.
always welcome the coin.
Thank you.
And I'm going to do that. I'm going to sift through the scrolls again, see if there's anything that I missed that could be helpful in any capacity.
Again, if you are looking for a cantrip first or second level spell, you're going to have cantrips and first level spells, and then for second level spells, let me know if there is one you want, and we will see if he has it or not.
Yeah, Detect Thoughts. I'm still banking on Detect Thoughts.
Let's see here. Detect Thoughts, that's second level, right?
Think so. I know
Uh,
you can do it before you hit level 5 in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes, second level. Yeah, I remember Acorn had Detect Thoughts. She had that as like one of her only second level spells. Okay, go and roll a d100 for me.
Come on, baby. Daddy needs a new pair of D100.
For the record, like all characters in Baldur's Gate can get detect thoughts really early on if you do the
I
right
know,
stuff
Ted.
with your tadpole.
I know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he does not seem to have that spell scroll in stock.
Dang. All right. Well, is Detect Good and Evil the first or second?
I believe that is first level, but let me check. Yes, it is a first level spell.
Yeah, if he has any of those, I will snatch
He
him
has
up.
one more.
I will snatch it up. Right. Well,
Okie doke.
You did have something, so... pleasure doing business with you, my friend.
Let's see.
How much is it?
Yes,
So I can
it's
minus
100
the gold. 100 gold. Let me minus the gold. Oops, that's the wrong token.
Did you say 100 gold?
Yeah.
It's like double what he charged you for it last time.
No.
Last time it was 150 gold for like 4 spell scrolls and a book and 2 books.
No, we had to go halvesies on quite a bit of stuff.
Okay.
It came out to like 600 gold between us.
All right, never mind.
Let me make sure I'm on the... Okay. Minus 100.
All right. So, Simon has purchased what he wanted. Riven and Avery, is there any books or spell scrolls you might be interested in?
I would like to go to another store if possible. I wanted to
Okay.
see if I could find any arrows of anything other than just like, normal ass arrows.
All right.
So if they have like a Fletcher or something.
Yes. You you take some time perusing this sort of almost like double-alleyed strip mall. And you do eventually find on the first floor there is a it's interesting. It's as if this part of a building was like cut through, but then they have sort of turned it into a small archery range and general place for bow and arrow craftsmanship and fletching and whatnot.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go on in there. And okay. I'm going to go ahead and go on in there. Sorry, the cats are using the runway right now.
I see. You need to get them one of those big cat hamster wheels.
They're not going to use it. They're just going to use the box.
Those wheels are expensive too.
So are the boxes.
Real.
Alrighty.
I'm going to approach. I assume there's probably someone somewhere working a counter or like, I don't know, you walk in and they're showing people arrows on the walls or something.
Yes, you see there is a sort of wooden and like chain piece sort of display case slash like countertop, and you see a looks to be younger for drow standards drow man standing behind the counter, and he's like, oh, welcome. For you, I believe these would be more exotic wares, but I assure you they will be perfectly fine for any bow and arrow throughout the whole realm.
I'm going to go ahead and approach him, and I'm going to thank him for, welcoming me, and then ask if he has any sort of elemental or magical arrows of any sort.
Ah, you're looking for the rather fancy things. Well, do not worry, for I might be able to provide, depending on what you're looking for. See. Right then. Are you looking for things for, say, utility, or are you just looking to really show them who's boss?
Well, damage is always nice, absolutely. But I do have a feeling that around here, if there's anything, what's aberration? Can we stop using the runway? You're going to hurt me. Don't yell at me. Aberrations, that's what they're called, right? Abjuration, one of those two. Okay. Anything that they would be susceptible to would be ideal, but otherwise anything that can do as much damage as possible.
I see, yes. Unfortunately, we do not have much in the way of targeting creatures at the moment. Arrows to hit something like that are, shall we say, often out of the price range of those who peruse us. As such, we have stopped stalking them as they became paperweights, as it were. But what we do have, perhaps if you're just looking for a little more oomph against anything, and he pulls out it's like in a set of 3, you see arrows made of a steel and silver alloy with a frayed blue and yellow fletching. Small, evenly spaced dimples can be seen covering the arrows. And he says,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
These are shatter arrows. They make contact with the surface after being fired from a bow. They make a large bang, and, well, anything nearby will be blown to smithereens, essentially.
I want to see. No, I don't care about a Black Friday sale. Okay.
It's an arrow with dynamite tied to the end.
Okay. I'm going to pick it up like as if one is at like a pawn shop and they're like looking at something and just kind of set it to the side on the counter and say, I'll keep that in mind. Do you have anything else as well? Or is this all that we have?
We have a couple other things. This one will not quite bring about the impact you're looking for, but perhaps you can find some use for it. And he pulls out a sturdy wooden arrow, which seems to be reinforced with small slivers of metal. You see that instead of a single barbed head, it has a 3 finger-like outcroppings, which almost seem to be like, not prehensile, but like as if they can move, like almost mechanical. And you see him sort of point to a like a gemstone looking crystal on the end of the arrow, and he's like, when these make contact, they will light up, being a great method with which to communicate with others from a long distance and light up a small area.
What are those ones called? The word?
Yeah.
For drinking with someone?
When I was drinking with beers, I couldn't think of the fucking solidarity.
Solidarity.
Solitude. The city
I
in
kept saying I said
Skyrim.
solitude.
Yeah.
Riften, Windhelm?
What are those arrows called, just so I can look them up?
The
light ones that he was talking about?
The link.
Okay, even better. Okay. All right. So how much for the shatter arrows?
Ooh, let's see here. This set of 3 shadow arrows will probably run you around 120 gold.
Would you be able to lower that to 100 for the 3?
At 3, you're already getting a bulk discount, down from 50 apiece.
What about 110?
Go and give me a persuasion check.
I do so well at those. Oh, I did well at that.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. It's like, well, I can see you're a good fellow of discerning taste, and, well, perhaps if I give you a discount now, if you were to go sparring with any other archer friends and they happen to find your fancy-looking arrows, you might just send them my way. And he will agree to the 110 price tag.
Perfect.
How does Archer v Archer's sparring work?
It's more like archery
Shooting
combat.
range? Yeah, shooting range.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was just thinking, like, are we shooting each other with
Yeah.
There's one other thing I would like to check his stock of. Either, which we've gone through, like, the things that do the most damage. Either some sort of blinding arrow or fire arrow. I want to see if he has any of those.
See, unfortunately, the crystals I usually affix to arrows to make a bright flash like that are in few and far supplied right now. However, I can do the opposite for you. and he produces.
Indeed. So, but, I'm very comfortable right now.
Mute yourself, Tommy.
He produces a pair of 2 arrows. They are made of a sycamore wood and fletched with raven feathers. You see the head of the arrow has 3 evenly spaced barbs in a circle, which allow it to stick to solid surfaces as opposed to flesh. He says, these are what I call shade arrows. When they hit an area, they will make you significantly harder to detect and dim or sometimes even disperse all the light in an area, depending on how bright it is.
Ooh, yeah. Me want those. How many do you have?
I just have the 2. I will warn you, they are a little bit pricier than the last set.
How much are we talking?
Ooh, each one of these will probably run you about 200 gold a pop.
Oof.
Excuse me.
Maybe just one of them.
Yeah, maybe just one of them. I'm going to ask him, after they have been used once, if I recollect it, is there some sort of spell or chemical that I can put on it to reapply its effect, or is it just a one-time use?
Unfortunately, for these specific arrows, they are expended on impact. But between you and me, I have heard tales going around the sort of archery high society that I'm a part of, hush hush and whatnot, that there are quivers who have the potential to copy the effects of magical arrows, such as the ones I have created here today and others. So if you do buy one and you find that it is just a little too much to use, but if you were to find such a quiver, then you might be able to recreate it in such a circumstance. But I unfortunately do not have such a quiver myself. Even if I did, it would probably be a personal item.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you have the names of any, or locations, or general knowledge of where I could find that kind of thing?
Locations, I unfortunately do not, but I do know the name of one. It was called a Lesser Quiver of Everything. Quite a fancy
Okay.
sounding item, but unfortunately I am yet to get my mitts on one.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm probably gonna take one of these and I'm gonna add it to the stack of the 3 that are already there.
I'm back.
Welcome. And last but not least, do you have any bows that I can take a look at? Specifically longbows, I prefer.
Longbows. Hmm. I have some things, but most of my proficiency comes in the arrows themselves. But I do have a rather nice magical longbow here that I found makes my shots hit their mark ever so slightly better. But anything fancier than that, I have not.
Is it a longbow +1?
Yes.
Do you know if there's another bow maker in the area, or are you pretty much the only one around here that works with that?
In Newtown Fernaranzen, I am one of the onlys. In Old Town Fernaranzen, perhaps you might do better to find them. However, they would more so be the old masters and whatnot. Very hoity-toity group. Not many shops persons. Nowadays, most people have moved on to crossbows and drow poison and whatnot.
Gotcha. Okay. I think for the time being, regarding the bow, we're gonna be hopping across the river here soon, so I'll go check that. But I do want to go ahead and take these 4 arrows, so that should be 310 together, correct?
It would only be 3 arrows because,
Well,
you're right.
it was
Four.
yeah.
You're right. 4. Yes. So yes, 310 gold.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give over 310.
All right. Yes, you slide him a fat chunk of change. You see his eyes light up, and he's like, "You have made my rent for many months, good friend. But Yes, thank you. And if you enjoy the arrows, whoever you're not pointing them at, point that person my way. Why don't you?
I'm just gonna do finger guns and go, and then go ahead and leave.
All right. And then Cassie, you said you were looking to buy.
Yeah, sorry, I don't want to spend too much time on it. If they don't have it, then I'm just gonna bounce. But I was looking at the bookstore for anything on blood hunters, the history of blood hunters.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a D100.
I might have a book on blood hunters.
If I can't find it here, then I'll check the quote unquote tower.
The
What it-
library.
Oh, you said a D100.
Yep.
Oh, please, I want to know more about my people. An 85, okay.
All right.
Reaper rolls a
Yes.
perfect 100.
No, I did not.
Yeah, I know.
Rolled an 86. No, I rolled a 62.
Cool.
Yes, you are flicking through the books when you do manage to find a book on blood hunters. It does seem to be. It doesn't mention the title blood hunter specifically, but instead of more of a generalization of hunters of the unknown creatures and whatnot. Perusing through the pages initially, it shows kind of the general history of blood hunters, essentially being outcasts who were effectively thanklessly protecting small villages and other places which didn't have, set militias or guardsmen to protect them, and they would go out hunting. But eventually, as time went on, they made a profession out of it. However, you would probably have to purchase the book if you wanted to go any deeper into the weeds.
Yes, I absolutely would like to buy this book. I take it to the front counter. I'm like, hey, I saw you yesterday.
Well, at least both our memories are intact. It seems as if you've made a selection.
Yes, I quite the bookworm these days, I suppose. I would like to inquire the price on this one, please.
I see. That'll only bring you a silver piece.
That's it?
It's not exactly a popular book. It's very antiquated.
Okay. I give him a whole silver, or I give him a whole gold because I don't want to deal with change. Just be like, you've been nice to me. Keep the change.
Oh, thank you. Well, if you ever need a solemn spot to read in,
We're gonna be known as the
company.
just because of our lack of giving a shit about money math. We're gonna be known as the most generous adventurers in the land, always tipping like 200%.
We're gonna get robbed.
No,
Yeah, Cassie was tipped like 1,000%.
Well, I don't consider it robbing if I'm supporting a local business that I like. So,
Do we cut to Cressida and me?
what Izzy means is we're going to get accosted by highwaymen and have our purses torn from us.
You robbed
Yes.
a hotel of its breakfast.
funny. But yeah, I give him the whole gold. Till next time.
Are we really
Till next
back on
time.
that shit, Catherine?
Simon, you have Wilma, right?
Yeah, I'm pushing her wheelchair.
Yeah. All right. Yes, we cut to Mira and Cressida. You both are sort of on the park that's on the outskirt of Moith territory near the alleyway, which you originally met while Murkon the Darrow and Kurg the Quaggoth.
Is Kurg there?
You head inside, and yes, you see Kurg is there. You see him slouched back in the chair. It seems as if the backing of the chair has kind of started to bend a little bit from his weight as you smell scent of like bile and stomach acid seemingly kind of leaking out of his mouth onto his stomach.
I'm gonna use telekinesis to pull out one of my ropes and coil it around him and tie it.
Okay.
The telekinesis is just so it looks cooler, by the way. Do you want me to roll something for the knot or something?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Roll
Arcana?
cannot.
Yeah, how well can you control your telekinetic mage hand?
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna ask for sleight of hand. Oh my god. 13.
13? Yeah, I mean, you bind him pretty well. It doesn't exactly look comfortable, but that's not what you're going for. It seems strong enough. Whether or not a Quaggoth can just, like, hulk out and break a rope, you don't know. But he is definitely not awake right now. And last time, it was very hard to stir him awake. So.
I'm gonna turn to Cressida. I got a plan to get him to the ferry. The question is, do you want to be the star of the show, or should I?
Yeah, you can take it from here. I'll help.
You want me to, you want to do the thing, or I do the thing?
I just do whatever thing you're imagining because I don't.
Well, you mentioned you couldn't carry people to the ferry, and I think I have a way to make you carry people to the ferry, or make it so you can carry people to the ferry.
I was making a joke because I'm a fairy. I can't carry.
I want to polymorph you. Can I polymorph you?
Can you fucking what? I can wild shape, bitch. Get your hands off me.
I can polymorph you into something you wish you could wild shape into.
We also have Kratos.
I'm alone here with Cressida, and I'm gonna. Anyway, never mind.
You can bring Kratos. I give you permission to have the husk of my husband.
Please, God.
Harder. I polymorph myself into a Quetzalcoatlus. Which, if anyone's wondering, you know Scritch. You know when Scritch is in his big form, a Quetzalcoatlus is a whole size category larger than that. I'm bigger than most like average dragons.
Yes, it is a huge beast.
And I turn into that, and I pick him up in the talons, and I'm gonna fly him to the ferry. And Cressida can ride too if she wants.
I will fly adjacent.
I think I'm pretty fast.
So the fuck am I?
I'm faster. I fly 80 feet without dashing.
Oh.
And I can actually dash while holding him too, because I'm that much bigger than him. So I can go 160 feet every 6 seconds.
Jesus.
That's fast as shit.
I guess I'll grab on.
Alright.
Okay. So you pick up this Quaggoth.
I'm holding him like a burrito. Like my talons are fully, like my thumb, but you know what I mean, not a thumb, but my thumb and my fingers are fully touching. They fully I'm big enough to where I just fully envelop him in my claws.
Yes, you begin flying north. And yeah, at this time, Simon, Avery, and Riven, you begin to approach the docks when you hear something kind of interesting. This town has, despite being fairly populous, is always very quiet. You only ever hear shuffling of people's feet, odd coughing, and whatnot. But right now, you are hearing what seems to be. It sounds like somebody's playing a saxophone.
Riven is going towards that music right fucking now. Riven likes music.
Yes.
I suppose I'll just kind of look around and follow suit.
I thought Riven was going to be like, my father was murdered by a man with a saxophone.
My father was murdered by a saxophone.
Yeah.
My father was a saxophone.
Simon might have to guide Avery a little bit because her nose is in that book she just bought.
Yeah, Simon's gonna take her, just put his arm through her, the crook of her arm, and sort of guide her that way so that she can still hold on to her book, because Simon understands the joys of reading.
while pushing Walma.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so it does take you a little bit away from the ferry dock, and as you go along the river,
Be
you
right
see
back. I'm
that,
gonna bio break.
Okay.
I'm also here. Let's take like a quick 3-minute break. I also want to be right back.
Yeah, I also got a pee actually.
Wow, any pissers?
Cassie, I'm not drawing a muscle man this time. Are you proud of me?
Ooh, are you drawing Riven?
No.
Are you drawing that
I-
twink with the waist?
I tried drawing that twink with the waist. I'm gonna have to go back to it.
I'd like to see you draw Riven someday.
I ain't no fucking furry.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'll probably
Playing the
I'll probably
anthropomorphic
I'll
cat.
Yeah, I don't
I'll
trust
probably
Riven.
draw the character. Brandon offered to draw it for me, but I'm like, you're just gonna draw it naked, so I'm good.
Well, I mean, if it's a cat.
I don't want barbed peener on my screen.
Well, you don't have to draw the peanut part.
That's part of
But
the
how do you
naked
feel
part.
about wearing cat ear?
I'm fine with that.
Tabaxis? I guess they would walk around with their little ding-a-ling out.
Well, no, they wear clothes. I wear clothes at least.
No, I mean, like, if they are like cats. For some reason, I was thinking like they're like lizards, where their
Well,
junk
no,
is on
they
the
are.
inside of their body.
Well, yeah, they have retractable peenar.
Oh,
Yeah.
shows what I
Cats
know
have-
about cat peenar.
Well, we have mostly male cats, so we don't have to stare at peenar all the time.
That's
Or
true.
ever, really.
You get way more peenar time than I do.
Yeah, there's a lot of peenar in this house, period. What are you doing? You need to go in gay baby jail. Come here.
I better get a Cardic inspiration for that sick RP I did at the beginning there.
I'm back.
Baby's in the jail because she's stupid. Ow.
Well, that's what you get.
Did you hear her?
I heard you go ow, so I could only assume.
I got screamed at the same time. Speak. Say hello to your aunts. Speak.
I'm an
Say
aunt.
hello.
Am I
Baby.
about to?
Speak. No? Are you just angry and miserable?
Catherine, we're
Oh.
aunts to Morgan's cat.
Did you hear her? She said hello. Very angrily. Ow. Very angrily.
Baby.
Well, your
Baby, I
uncle.
love you.
You actually spent time with Lucy. You are an uncle to her.
Yeah, I've met Lucy.
But
That
she was just
thing
a
came to my
baby.
house.
Oh, she was just a baby. Do you
She
remember?
was so small.
She was
She was so little. She literally was just dust at that point. She was
We
just
could not
dust.
leave her alone. She would have gotten herself into all kinds of trouble here.
I went in to go to the bathroom just once, and she just stared at me, and I was like, "Hi, how you doing?"
Thank you for
Hi.
letting us bring her, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was really cool of
anytime.
you. Set us up with a loader box and everything.
Anytime.
You
All
wanna
the
split
cats
that
are
cookie?
welcome.
Yes.
I need milk. Yeah, we're gonna split that cookie.
You get the milk.
Good milk.
I want a
Raw.
cookie. I want a
We gotta-
cookie.
We got like one of those like cookie pies from like.
Oh, those
John's.
bitches are so good.
They're so fucking good.
The next book club that I'm doing it's on my birthday. So the manager of it, he was like, "Okay, that's it. I'm buying cookie cake for that one." And I'm like, "Oh, yes, an excuse to eat an entire cookie cake. Yes."
Yes.
Cookie cake pog.
Objectively better than cake.
It's so much better because cake is gross, period.
Cake is great. Cassie
It's-
disagrees.
there's
She also
so
she
much
thinks cake is
icing.
gross.
There's so much icing. If you take the
Holy
icing off of
shit.
cake, I'm a big fan.
Oh my god, babe, this looks amazing.
Is it
Oh.
big cookie? How big? How big we
It's
talking?
8 inches.
Oh, damn, that's a massive cookie.
I'll drop it.
Drop cookie pics now.
Show us your cookies.
This is sounding Really. Anyway,
Is Isabella back?
I'm here.
Alrighty.
Meeper's about to rickroll everybody.
I'm AFK. I'm away from Tavern.
Oh my god.
aww.
Cookie pick coming. Hold on.
Cookie pick. I heard something about 8 inches.
That's how big our cookie is.
Ooh,
8 inches of straight cookie.
8 inches is a good size for a cookie.
I'm not saying that. God damn.
I've never had this before. I assume it's just a big fuck off cookie.
It is. I've had it before.
Yes.
Meeper, what's the saxophone player doing?
I'm making sure everyone's back.
We're enjoying talking about a cookie. You can wait.
You're so rushy tonight.
Izzy is Russian. Okay.
Meeper,
Confirmed.
hit him with the bum. Yo.
What are you doing? Why are you chewing on? Oh, I see. There's a twisty tie.
Yes. So you all head down the stream a little bit to try and find the source of the saxophone. It slowly gets louder as you hear it using the sort of acoustics of the large vaulted cavern ceiling to bounce the sound off of. And as you continue forward, you see it off in the distance, and as you approach it, it appears to be someone on the back of what looks like a sort of ghostly, spectral hippopotamus that's just kind of paddling in the river as they're sort of laying on their back, sort of propped up, playing the saxophone.
What the fuck?
Is there
I'm
a
a big
baby
fan.
ghost hippopotamus that's like having fun in the water and people are watching?
It's
No.
Mudang.
It's Mudang! More Mudang time! I'm so excited.
What are the hippo people call that?
GIF.
The GIF. That's right.
The Canadians.
What?
The Canadians.
The surfers.
But this is not a hippo person. It's not even a real hippo. It's like a spectral hippo.
How close to shore are they?
They're kind of like on the bank near you.
If this is an actual D&D creature, can you show us a picture?
Well, it sort of is. It'll make sense in a second,
No.
but I don't have a picture. Yes. Do you continue to approach?
Yeah, if it's on land, then yes.
Well, it's on the side of the river, but you can get close enough to get a good look.
Yeah, that works then.
All right. Yeah. So you go up to it, and there you see the person who is on this phantom hippo appears to be a sea elf.
Oh no.
What?
That wouldn't happen. Do they look familiar?
Does he look familiar?
Do they look familiar?
You've never
Huh?
seen this person before, Riven.
Okay.
Has Avery?
Avery, as you look up from your book, you see
Oh,
a
no.
familiar-looking sea elf playing the saxophone while he's on a phantom steed, a hippopotamus in a river.
Riven's
I
just gonna be
nudge.
really excited and just be like, "Can we go down?" and like, like pointing at it.
Ribbon's hackles go up.
I nudge Simon's shoulder. I'm like, "Are you seeing this?"
Yes, I sent him a letter, don't you remember? Well, I left a letter hoping that he would find it.
What did the letter say? Refresh my memory.
It was mostly me apologizing and hoping that we could work this out like civilized individuals instead of a constant back and forth of us beating him up and him beating us up. And
Well, didn't he betray us?
What am I forgetting?
no, he didn't betray us. All he wanted was a simple apology, and Defender refused to give it. So
That's not all he wanted at all. He wanted.
said,
what do you even mean?
He said, "Say you're sorry," and you refused, and then he locked us in that room with the Thread Green guys.
He
Is that
also
accurate,
wanted
Meeper?
no. He also wanted 90% of the gold. By the way, he wanted to give us only 10%, and he take 90. That was it.
No.
Unless you,
That
I
was
will go. I
Reject
will
Kill
watch. I will watch the stream. The offer
You
from
can
the
watch
sea
the
elf
stream.
was the offer from the sea elf was for
Initially,
10%
yes,
of the
absolutely.
gold.
Initially,
No,
Izzy.
Yeah.
not 10%. He wanted to go 50-50.
Izzy, listen.
Alright.
At the end, right when he locked us in the room, all he was asking for in that moment was an apology from Defender, and Defender refused, so he locked us in the room with Arcane Lock.
Which also I didn't feel I should apologize because I was the only one who didn't
Yeah,
threaten to murder
it's
him.
fine. It's
You
fine.
did threaten to murder him multiple times.
I don't know why everyone misremembers this. I
No.
will watch the stream later. I really will.
During your first interaction with him, yes, you
Defender's
were
a
not
lawful
threatening
good
him.
character. I didn't threaten to murder
Yeah,
him.
and then
You
afterwards,
literally
were
did,
threatening
though.
him.
We're all
You
not
hated-
I can't
misremembering
believe
something.
There
we
was
are
a
bringing-
hated that.
there was
No,
a point.
listen.
You all
Defender
hated him.
hated that he was being shaken down. Like you saw it as your good sort of right to not be shaken down. Like you thought he was
The-
evil for doing it.
Can I say something really quick? Defender wanted. This is what Defender wanted. He wanted everyone, including him, to get an equal share of the gold. That's what Defender wanted. Every time Defender said that, Cassie, you, and I think other people as well, would say, "No, fuck that. He shouldn't get a share."
I did say
Like-
that, yes, but
Yeah.
you were with it. You were also a part of it. You hated the fact that
I wanted to give an equal share to him. Also, going further than that, you and Catherine both multiple times said that it'd be easier just to kill him than to give him a share at all.
yeah,
I-
I did say that, but Defender is not innocent either.
I was an asshole to him, and I threatened him with physical violence, but I never threatened to kill him. I know for a fact I didn't. Defender's a lawful good character. I know for a fact I never threatened to kill him.
You're right. Torture is so much better than threatening to kill. Anyway,
Well,
can we
it's
get
all-
back to the fucking hippo? God
Yeah.
damn.
It does annoy me that every time it comes up, though, y'all are like, "Oh yeah, Defender." You all wanted to kill this guy. Why
Okay,
does Defender
That's
want-
we're talking about.
I get that he hates Defender. I get that.
We're talking
but
about the last interaction that we had with this guy was, "Hey, robot guy, please apologize." No. Okay, good luck being locked in this room. That was all on Defender. He refused to apologize, so we had to fight the Thri-Kreen pirates. That is an objective fact. That is
I mean, we were
why
gonna
that
kill-
happened.
and we were gonna fight and kill the Thri-Kreen pirates either way, anyway.
Well,
but-
yeah, but at that point we couldn't escape. But yeah, Simon informs the gang of the letter he left for, I can't remember his name. Maybe help me out. Viscount, yeah. Informing him like, hey, let's talk about this like civilized people. I understand that our last meeting was less than ideal. Let's approach this with a sense of neutrality and an air
He's
of...
gonna ask for half the gold.
By the way, Meeper, I like that you're doing that. Anytime a name comes up, you'll type it. I like that.
I like
Yes.
that too.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm gonna go down and approach him.
Thank you, Morgan.
You're welcome.
We made that joke back then.
Yeah, so you go over to approach him. Do you like wave him down, wait until he notices you?
Yeah,
What do you do?
I'm gonna... Pardon me, Viscount. I'm gonna... when he turns around, I'll have my hands up with no visible weapons.
Yeah, you hear him sort of like finish the last like lick on the saxophone as he pulls it from his mouth. He is in a very relaxed position. Again, he has like something as like support. He has like his arms crossed or his legs crossed over each other. And he sort of like looks over to you and he's like, "Ah, hello, we meet again, my friend."
I hope, listen, I know the last time we met was rough, to say the least. I hope you saw the letter I left you.
Letter? No, I'm a bit too much of a free spirit for mail to often reach me, and I haven't been home in a while.
It was
Although that is my current prerogative.
it was more of an assumption that we were being followed, or perhaps pursued is the better word. You did, after
see.
all, swear vengeance upon us. In not so many
Aye.
words.
I'll admit I did some things which were uncouth. However, these were
Unhinged.
tenuous times, so I believe we were both in fully equal share of the blame. And so I apologize. However, it seems as if, and unless the three of you are all that remains, you all managed to get out intact enough, and you got to keep all of the bounty as you wanted.
About that, I was hoping, hoping that there would be something to clear this bad blood between us.
Oh, do not worry about such a thing. My my coffers are drier than I had expected, but I was recently able to speak to a council of some of the more mercantile matron mothers within the city, and I happened to pawn off the rather valuable information of the location of a freshly cleared out spell gem.
Oh, yes.
What a shed.
A spelljammer that wouldn't run without a helm, correct?
I of course informed them no uncertain terms of the status of the ship, but at the same time, metals from space, whether information they could pull from it, as well as just being a technical oddity, they seem to be rather involved in spacefaring craft as of recent. I don't know why myself, but they were willing to pay top coin for it.
Did you inform them of both of the spelljammers? The one in the crater and the one in the cave to the south of the Gift Commune?
They have been aware of the one in the Gift Commune for a while, but they have left it to the Gift's own devices. They are weirdly fond of them, almost like pets. I don't know, and it's not my place to say.
So, am I to take this as an indication that there is no longer any bad blood between us?
Yeah, for us sea elves, we see things like these as flowing water. No reason to let blood flow when a perfectly clean river will suffice.
There was
Can I roll an insight check?
there was a point during the interaction with him back then where someone said either you split it with us evenly, like an even share between all of us, or we'll kill you. And he was just like, no, I'm good. Like he was prepared to die to keep half the gold.
Oh,
I'm
I'm trying to like sift through his words for like any sort of vitriol or any kind of like venom he's holding back.
You know, this guy is clearly he's a kind of very silver forked tongue kind of guy. His words definitely hold double meaning. You can tell that he does not seem to hold animosity, but you almost think it's because he has already somehow managed to fuck you over in some way and you are not aware of how.
Right. So I don't have to give him the helmet or any money. But
We don't have the helmet.
Yeah, we do. It's in my bag of holding.
We left it with the gift so they could use it with the ship, I thought.
No. We gave them control over the Spelljammer, and the hamsters took it over.
Right.
Simon still has the Spelljammer helm. Well, I suppose. Well, are you also here waiting for the ferry?
Oh, no, I am actually heading my way back now. As I said, I spoke with some of the more mercantile matron mothers, spoke of how I came across the Spelljammer, and even spoke of you in, the terms with which we met. No falsities, I assure you. They were rather intrigued to find out that you were also the Slayers of Petillent. I had heard about that. It was whole kerfuffle, but didn't know that's who I was working with at the time. But my respect.
Meeper, when you say he's on like this hippo walking, like, are you saying he came from upstream, so he spoke to the merchants in the place we're going?
Yes.
Oh, he fucked us over. He fucking told them shit about us, and now no one's gonna want to talk to or trust us.
Hey, bestie, that's what she just said.
Yeah. Well, she said he said stuff, but I didn't know if she meant up here or the merchants like in this town.
When I rolled the insight check, that sweet nat 20 insight check, Simon gleaned that, in Meeper's own words, that he might have already fucked us over in some way.
And
I
then proceeded
understand
to
that.
tell us that he was the one who told them about Papillon, which they were the ones who had him captured. So they're already well aware.
Until
Plus the
I
night
just
before.
now asked, until I asked Meeper what I just asked her just now, we didn't know if he'd been up in this. Watch my pings up in this town, or in the town down here. And I asked which direction he came from, and she said that he came from upstream, so up here.
He did mention Old Town.
Yeah, he said, I'm on my way back now.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
He said he was returning home, but that he was coming from upstream.
Just so that there is no bad blood between us, is there something that we can do for you here and now to assure you, beyond any kind of doubt, that at the very least I am sincerely sorry for how things went down at the Spelljammer Underground?
As I've said, mein Freund, I am a ambassador, both metaphorically and quite literally, between my friends and family of the Sea Elves and the Drow. I am more than amicable to having unfortunate terms, unkind words sent to one another, and allowing it to blow by me. I spend my time with music and travel as a way to burn my vices. So do not worry your pretty little head. Any comeuppance or otherwise are washed away to sea.
I hope that is the case, and I'm going to reach out to shake his hand and bid him adieu. But I'm going to use the mechanical hand, and I'm going to squeeze a little extra firmly and look him in the eye.
Yeah, you see he spits in his hand as he goes to it, and he just gives you a nice wet splash.
How rustic and quaint. Simon very, very subtly wipes it on his robe as he on his lab coat as he pulls his hand away. Well,
yes, you see him.
I give a big old thumbs up to the people, to the rest of the party.
Yes, you see him lean back on what you now realize is a small treasure chest, and go back to playing his saxophone as the hippo continues to paddle downstream.
Well, I call back to squad. It would seem that we were all worried for nothing. He did
he mentioned that he's the one who, I'm saying this as I'm walking back up to the group. He mentioned in no uncertain terms that he's the one who ratted us out, as it were, to the higher-ups of Old Town, which is why... Oh my god. What was her name? Scroll back up and up and up.
Eileen. I just keep calling her Eileen in my head because of the crow feathers.
Shit, what was her fucking name? Maybe.
Didn't you?
Matron Mother Callie Baron.
Thank you. It would seem that Callie?
Yes.
It would
Callie.
Callie, okay. He mentioned in no uncertain terms that he's the one who ratted us out to the higher-ups in Old Town, which is likely the reason we were able to get an audience with Callie Baron. But it would seem anything he had against us is well behind us at this point. Although, for safety, we should probably avoid future interactions with him, just in case.
You should probably also wash your hands. He did spit on.
Yes, you saw that too.
I guess you're on spitting terms, huh?
On the bright side, it wasn't exactly my flesh hand, so...
Hmm.
Ada kind of like looks herself over.
Hmm.
Feels like flesh to me.
Right. That's not what I meant.
She just sort of shrugs with her wings. Speaking of wings, you all feel something you haven't felt in a long time, which is a gust of wind. As you see a very, very large, prehistoric-looking bird with a green unconscious gorilla man flanked by a tiny little bone pixie land next to you.
Right. So, Mira, if you are able to communicate with us in that form.
You just know it's me.
You directly mentioned you were going to kidnap the Quaggoth, and you have Cressida with you.
I am. I'm gonna unpolymorph. I'm gonna let myself go back to normal.
You really let yourself go.
Yeah.
So, don't get me wrong. I am here for it. It's all part of the adventure. But what exactly was your thought process behind abducting the Quaggoth?
We should take him to speak to the House Dim people.
I mean, I suppose we could, but I imagine we could just simply interrogate him.
Well, if he's one of the sources / causes for this calamity, then they might want to see him.
We don't know that he's a source or any or cause. We do know that either.
Then he gets. If he's not, then he gets a free trip upriver, free food and beverage along the way, on our dime.
All we know for certain is that him and the Darrow he was with know that this is more than simple urban degradation.
Well, they had us get rid of the fire, and the fire was actually doing a good thing. It was getting rid of the...
Precisely.
So that would mean that he's part of the bad guy team.
Or perhaps the Darrow was simply using him.
Well, here he is. If you want to talk to him here and leave him here, that's up to you.
No, I am a fan of whatever this is. Let's do it.
Meeper, we still have Walma with us, right?
Yes.
Does she do anything at the side of the Quaggoth? Does she have a Casca moment or anything like that? Does she get excited?
She she is definitely like looking at him. She has that sort of like limp-necked kind of thing, and she's just kind of sort of leaning over to him and looking him up and down. But she doesn't seem to be saying anything. She just seems interested in him right now.
I'm gonna go over to her and just. Is she sitting, standing? What is she doing?
She is sitting in the wheelchair. She is currently buckled in.
Okay. I'm gonna squat down so that I'm on like eye level with her and just point to him and ask, friend? Just see if she responds to that.
She sort of like sits there and she's looking at you, but in a way where it's as if she's also looking past you. And she just says, the dead cannot feed.
I'm sorry.
I'm
dear.
gonna look at Simon and just be like, not friend?
I'm sorry, dear, but that's a bit hard for us to understand.
Maybe she's saying that the red mill flesh stuff doesn't work on him because of his like weird sort of semi-dead state that he's in most of the time.
The dead do not
Well-
feed.
Well, he's also
That little-
since he's semi-dead.
That little flesh ball thing he had in his pocket, was that like the cocoon or whatever of a tadpole that ended up in her brain?
We don't.
Did Meeper just go, hmm?
No, that was me
No.
going,
I feel like if she was gonna contract it, it'd probably be from whatever that flesh ball is.
Unless she got it at like an external
Yeah.
place, because they did say
Or
that
she
she
just-
went missing, so maybe they had like captured her, or she had
Right.
wandered off.
I think that they're at
I
the
just
very
wonder who's
least
out here
connected.
chewing on the walls.
You don't do that?
I mean, besides Scritch. I mean, Scritch would absolutely chew on the walls.
Gotta file down the incisors.
I miss
Yeah.
Scritch. We haven't played with Scritch in a while.
Nobody's
Bad.
been available for Witchlight in the past like month and a half.
I've been hurting.
I know.
Things have happened.
It's cool. I'm not stressing about it. It's an observation.
Hey,
that's
we have
all.
another shot in a
I'm
couple
not
gotta-
minutes.
judging or stressing or
We
anything.
gotta
I just miss
import my
Scritch.
new character.
You sure do.
Oh, I'm gonna miss your character.
I have something
She'll be
fun.
around.
I have something fun planned for Lavana. Don't worry.
I have the stat block, so we could just input the numbers and stuff.
Scritch checks Lavana's pockets, and it causes her to have a heart attack and die. And that Scritch never checks pockets again after that.
Please don't kill
Wilma,
my character by digging in her pocket.
Wilma, my dear, I'm afraid I don't understand. Is the Quaggoth the dead that you're talking about, or?
You see her kind of rock in her wheelchair a bit. And she kind of like sits there and she's kind of like looking around a bit frantic as if thinking.
Take your time, sweetheart. We're not rushing you.
Would this be a situation where it would help if I spoke to her in Drow?
You don't know. You see, eventually, she finally kind of like, again, looking off in the distance, kind of splutters out. I saw them fester. I tried to swat them away, but he swatted the steel away.
I see. I think you were right to take him with us. Let's take that ferry to Old Town, shall we?
Right. Yes, does anyone else want to do anything?
Simon, could you make me a sippy cup?
Ostensibly. Any particular reason?
I just want to give Wilma some juice.
Is she disabled or is she a toddler? I'm not certain that would be...
Sippy cups are great for both of them.
I guess. I don't know. It would feel a bit infantile, don't you think?
What's wrong with a sippy cup?
Nothing inherently wrong, but it just feels, I don't know, patronizing. It seems
Like infantilizing a disabled person much.
Exactly.
Okay, never mind.
I wouldn't be opposed to making her some sort of, like, Yeti cup or something, you know?
A Yeti cup.
Yeah, exactly.
It's this girl a Stanley stat.
Something like that would also work. Which, in my mind, that's also just a sippy cup.
Oh, okay. Is that what you were actually picturing? Because I was picturing like
like
the
a
lips.
Paw Patrol ass.
Like the lip one with the 2 holes in it.
Yeah. Paw Patrol. Can you make a Werewolf Patrol cup, please?
Can you make me a baby's bottle with the silicone nipple, please?
Yes.
Put Elmo on that bitch, or else I don't
Please
want
call
it.
it my Baba.
I will take some. I'll take some like scrap aluminum so that it doesn't rust, and I'll spend a few hours.
Don't forget to put the lead in it. Don't forget to put the lead in it.
I'm attempting to care for Wilma the same way that actual real worlds confined to a wheelchair mentally challenged people are cared for, and get whether you and honestly I've seen them with what is essentially a sippy cup before, but a Stanley cup or whatever is the same thing, just giving them some juice. It's not meant to make fun of them.
But the
Stanley
way
Cup is
it's
a
just
hockey trophy, silly.
it's just the way
You're so right, Catherine.
It's just the way you called it a sippy cup. And I'm not making her a Stanley cup, because Stanley cups are cringe. I'm making her a Yeti cup.
See.
I know.
So,
you,
I would like a sippy cup. God.
I'll make you a sippy cup because I'm okay with infantilizing a wizard.
No, that's not what it was about, though. Anyway, but come on. I just wanted to give her some juice for while we wait.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll whip her up. I'll whip her up a nice reusable cup with a like a stainless steel straw.
All right.
Yes. So you all arrive at the docks. You see that there is a large gate blocking off the north. You see that the gate has a signage over it saying the Clotted Gate, and you see a little sort of ticket booth off to the side near a large, at least large for the river, boat.
Would anybody like to do the honors?
Well, you
just
should
gonna
clearly,
sprint.
because you're gonna pull out that token of House Dim, no matter who goes up there.
Maybe. I might have just left it up to you. But
Go try and get us free tickets with your token of House Dim.
I do so like pulling it out and showing it off.
Yeah, I know that about you.
Shut the fuck up, Catherine.
Wait, what did I miss?
He said
I worded something really poorly.
He said nothing about his one nut.
I worded
Wait a second. The memories, the numbers.
I just worded something really poorly, and Catherine latched onto it like a fucking lamprey.
Fuck! It escaped me. Like you just love whipping it out and showing it.
Yes,
Ugh,
God
it,
damn
it all came flooding back. Oh God, Tommy.
Oh, the lore.
When you say lamprey, what are you referencing?
Those little things that
The
attach
fish?
themselves to the bottom of like sharks and stuff to clean them.
They
Oh, right,
are
right,
horrific monster creatures.
Yeah,
and
they like
No,
oh
they're
the
cute.
they're
I
like
just had to remember what they were.
They
for a
are
second.
not cute, and this is coming from me.
What are
They
Oh,
lamprey.
cute.
They have-
Little
They got, like,
sucker
those-
fish.
They've
They
got
have-
like those inverted teeth that
Ew.
Yeah, love that.
anyways.
Cute.
Right, I'm
I-
gonna push Simon towards the ticket person. Get us some free tickets with your thing.
You didn't have to push me. I already established that I was going to do this anyway.
I nudge him again.
I nudge her back. No, I'm just kidding. Wouldn't it be funny? This is where Simon goes off. This is where Simon has
I
his,
pants Simon with my telekinetic. No, I'm
this
just-
is where Simon has his manic episode for the session. Yeah, Simon goes up to the ticket booth. Hello, my friend. Ding 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 if there's a bell.
Yes, you walk over, you ring the bell, you see a dwarven man kind of walk over, you see a stool get like kicked across the room as the Dwergar goes up, and he's like, "Can I help you?"
I should hope so. My companions and I are seeking transportation to Old Town Fair in Naranzan, and we're wondering what the price line on that is.
I see. How many bodies?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
don't count Cressida. Don't even mention Cressida.
we could smuggle her.
Are we counting bears?
Is Beerus
Do you
with us? Is Walma with us? Like who's all with him?
Yeah, like
In your cooch.
Beerus will tag along if you want him to tag along. If not, he'll just go pal about the city.
Wilma gets a handicapped discount.
7 of us. There's 7 of us if we count Kratos. 8 of us.
I can me and my cat can get on all fours and we can just be pets if necessary. We can be
There
carry
it
on.
is. There it is.
Yeah, there's 7
That
of us
counts as
if
a body.
there's 7 of us if
You
we
were
count
body.
Wilma. We can hide Cressida away.
I don't even think we need to hide her. I don't think anyone is gonna. I don't think any salesman in their right minds is gonna look at Cressida and be like, "Oh, you need to pay a ticket price for that person." I don't think
She
they're
doesn't
gonna be a
even
dick
need the
like that.
ferry.
At the very
She doesn't
I'm
least-
need the
literally
ferry.
a
She can
breadcrumb.
At
she
the
can
very
drive
least-
upstream herself.
At the very
Fairies
least,
get to
you have
ride the
pay
ferry
the
for
child's
free.
fee.
Fairies get to ride the ferry for free.
Or how about this? I can just like fly up.
We are once again making a mountain out of
6.
just fucking. It's
The
6
o-
bodies.
6
Six
The
bodies.
only yeah.
Final answer.
There are 6 of us.
I feel like this is gonna be a multi-day travel. By the way.
No, it's a boat ride of a few hours, is what Meeper said.
It's a
Okay.
ferry, not a cruise.
Okay,
The booze cruise.
it's like
In January.
it's like a day's trip. It
Okay.
is a long journey, or longer, but it's also because it's upstream. It's faster going downstream.
True. Gravity.
What's that?
You wouldn't know.
Oh,
Her
I know
tits
what
are
that
still too
is.
perky.
That's. Excuse me.
Well,
That's the thing
Yeah.
that kills Meeper in every FromSoft game.
oh,
Except Night Rain.
Well,
get shit on.
I have died
Why is-
once to gravity and night rain.
That's because of me. You're welcome. I taught you bad habits.
I fixed the toilet. You welcome.
You welcome.
Well, so we were fighting the enemy on the edge of the map, and it kicked me off the edge of the
Was
map.
it that fucking red wolf or was it the
Let's
dragon?
go.
I think it was a dragon. I think it was in one of my things with randoms. But yeah, you see the Dwergar kind of like lean out the window, and he points to he points to Wilma, the unconscious Quagoth, and Beerus.
Oh,
He's like,
I
Are
forgot
these
about-
ones
I did forget about the Quaggoth, and quite honestly, I had forgotten that the Dragonborn was accompanying us down here. He does not make his presence known very often.
I am the specter of the night.
Living West.
Look, sorta.
I will say that I am here. Well, all of us really,
Moving like
minus the
Yeah,
Quaggoth
it's like
and
bigger.
the Dragonborn,
a bit.
are
Look how
here
slow it is.
Oof.
under the blessing, I should say, of House Dim, and I pull out the talisman. If that helps in any meaningful way.
Says, I see. Right then, your party may pass.
Wonderful. Thank you
Take your
very much.
seats.
And
And
I do that. Come on, arm to everybody.
yeah, you pass by some people who are kind of waiting on the docks. There's a little bit of like unrest at seeing, especially like a bunch of non-drow getting on before them. You all
Are Beerus and Kratos carrying the Quaggoth?
sure.
Okay.
You know, I must say, descendant from nobility though I am, I very rarely get a chance to play that card, you know? Every time I have in the past, before we started abusing this talisman, people sort of ignored me, as though House Krieger and House Dillinger were essentially meaningless to the world at large.
Tommy, you've seen Critical Role, right?
I have, yeah.
No, he hasn't. No, you
What
haven't.
So-
the fuck is that?
So Percy, Percy's the same deal with like coming from royalty, and the very first time.
have we made that?
No, but hold on. The very first
He is literally
time.
Dude,
Percy.
he's literally Percy.
I know.
He's
The
trying
very,
to get back.
White hair,
the very
Royalty.
first time.
artificer.
Cast out.
The very-
Demons.
He wasn't
The
cast out. He ran away so that his family wouldn't get murdered.
Guys, let Izzy talk, please.
The very first time he tries to like do that, oh, I'm from house so and so, therefore let me in for free. I'm royalty. The first time he tries to do that, Matt Mercer shuts him the fuck down, and it's just like, yeah, they don't give a shit. They tell you to shut the fuck up.
That was worth it.
When Riven gets on the boat, he wants to go as far away from the edge of the boat as possible, get to the center of the boat, stay away from the edge. So if
you're I get it.
yeah.
You all climb aboard. You see that they sort of like almost make like a roped off area for your group. You see that it is about 24 rows of 6 seats with a a fairly sizable alleyway in the middle.
Are there
And-
concessions?
Sort of. You see that there is like a kind of cargo hold in the back where you similarly hand out some amount of food at some point throughout the journey. But otherwise, it's not exactly a comfort cruise. Like you will be in your seats the whole time.
I'm gonna open up my book, my house. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like riding Spirit Airlines.
You could probably activate your House of Cards thing for us if you wanted to on this. We could just be inside
There's
that.
definitely not enough room.
We also
Aw.
would also not benefit us in any way.
Oh wait, are we in an interior? Or are we like if I look up, can I see the I guess
It
not the
is-
sky, but you know what I mean?
It is a hooded ferry boat.
Okay.
Yeah, you see they just kind of take Wilma and push her like wheelchair in the space between some of the seats and kind of just put like a brick under the tire to stop it from rolling away. Or hell, this would be robust enough to actually have locks on the wheels, but they do it anyway just for safety. And yeah, you have about 3x3 set of rows of seats, which are kind of roped off for you in the sort of VIP treatment. You set up the Quaggoth Kurg there. He's still just unconscious. I assume you've kind of wiped him off.
I
haven't.
I was gonna say I don't think Simon would have touched this guy.
Okay, he's still gross and vomity.
Actually, knowing that I only use simple rope, I might ask Simon to maybe chain him.
Well, I don't have any chains.
Okay.
I perhaps.
Don't you always carry around like a washing machine's worth of junk in your pockets?
You're right.
He has a pocket dimension.
You're right.
Why don't you do me a favor and
I'll
invent a cage?
Yes, I'll fabricate some chains for you at your service.
I mean, or we could just untie him. Like, I don't know. Like, you're acting like this is all for me.
How much movement have you seen this thing actually commit to since we've arrived here? How much?
Listen,
It's so real.
it's all fun and games climbing on the sleeping T-Rex until he wakes up.
He's
Okay?
not a T-Rex. He's a gorilla.
He's
also dead. He's not a T-Rex.
He's not a gorilla. He's a
Fucking
Quaggoth.
thank you to remember it.
This thing has the metabolism.
It's got 43 years on it.
Sorry,
It's got 43 years, isn't it?
I slipped into Cockney. Can you guys
With
fucking
the bubble dumple show.
Can you guys
Bubble
imagine?
Dumple Show.
Can you guys fucking imagine Cockney Simon? Jesus H Christ.
Oh, all I
Just
want.
For the rest of the session, can you please just do it for us, please?
No, I shan't.
Regardless if we
Simon
chain him or
is
not,
civilized.
we should sit him in between Kratos and
Blimey.
Iris.
Only one creature that we have met so far has been able to wake him up. And so far, we have observed him to have the metabolism of a tortoise. At best. At the very least, I think he is fine the way he is.
What was the Quaggoth's name again?
Quaggoth.
Kurg.
Dumple, sure.
Bubble Dumple
Dumpshire.
What was it?
Yeah.
Amber?
Bumple dumple, sir.
His
Oh.
name is Kurg.
My trainers.
Herb?
I'm just gonna say, hey Kirk, what do you think of all this?
Kurg.
Hey Kirk, what do you think of all this?
No response.
Okay, it would be really funny if he'd just been like, well, I
You should just like open a capsule of ammonia underneath his nose.
And for the record, I am fairly confident within a decent realm of certainty that if he wakes up, he won't be aggressive. And if he is aggressive, there are literally 7 of us. We can take him.
Okay.
His face peels back and he's a lich.
Anyway, if you want me to, I could spend the entire ferry ride. I could spend the whole day making chains and tinkering with Wilmer's wheelchair.
Maybe just do the wheelchair stuff if that's it. But I like to imagine the other passengers just watching us chain up this guy while we're traveling.
I think they just watched us get escorted to the VIP section. I don't think they're gonna be questioning much.
Nobles on their fucking weird ass drugs again.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't the first adopted child you've seen Paris Hilton with.
All right. Are you all ready to shove off?
Absolutely.
Okay. The ferry takes off. Once again, it'll be about a day's travel. So if you all have anything you wish to do with your free time, now would be the chance.
I am tinkering with and upgrading Wilma's wheelchair.
Riven Panic.
I'm tutoring Avery and Drow.
Okey-dokey.
Was it Avery that wanted to learn Drow, or was it Simon?
You both
What
wanted
is
to.
Rogue?
What did you want to learn? There was a language you wanted to learn, wasn't there?
No, I wanted to learn how to feet.
You wanted to learn thieves' cant.
Oh,
Is
yes.
that a language?
Yeah, but I need somebody to teach it to me.
I don't know. Thieves can't. I
You
think
would-
Riven might.
You would need a
No.
rogue. Rogues know it inherently.
I forget which feet I wanted though.
I know 3 languages, and not a single one of them are thieves' cant.
You know,
Thieves can't
thieves
is unique
can,
to
thieves
rogue.
might.
Thank you, Meeper. I heard it. I enjoyed it. That was a good one.
Simon wanted to learn Drow. Didn't you want to learn Undercommon? Like you asked for a book on Undercommon, didn't you, Avery?
No?
Okay, I'm going that, so never mind.
Was it Simon that wanted to learn Undercommon?
I think it was
I-
Simon, but he ultimately decided against it. I think because you have people in group who know how to speak it.
I can't remember what feet I wanted. Drive me nuts.
Nuts.
It'd be cool if the other half of the town was on the surface. So like rather than it being 2 halves of the town, like the left half and the right half, it's like the above half and the bottom half.
That is a different town on this continent.
Uh,
Oh, what's wrong, Nami?
Okay. Well, as Cassie figures out what she wants, Tommy, go and give me a tinker tool check.
Yes. Gabagoo. Ooh, I'm
Gobble.
lucking that. That sucked. Oh my god, I'm lucking that.
Another 15, let's go.
Less! Sweet Jesus H. Christ! Shall I use my final luck point for the day on this, of all things?
I mean,
I
we're gonna
don't
get
know,
a long
shall
rest
we?
before we're done with the shipwright, right?
12 isn't necessarily bad. Meeper, would a 15 have been better than... Would a...
No,
I don't know. Would it
Tommy's
have?
strong.
You know what? It's a new day. I'm gonna add my flash of genius to that roll. That's a 16.
Bless you.
A mistake for dinner. Okay.
Bless
Yeah.
you.
Mark, I made a steak.
You you begin sort of taking your sketch ideas and putting them to practice. Of course, because you are on a boat that is wobbly, you aren't able to do some of the finer things, but you are able to do some important things. One of them being like you make it so that the foot pedals can be like moved and taken away and stuff like that, like folded up classically. And then you kind of start to put together the things you'd need to make it so that the whole wheelchair itself would be able to fold up should you need to transport it somewhere.
Install a cup
Then-
holder.
Yeah, I guess I could give her a cup holder. That's funny.
Yeah, I can't wait until you're like, all right, we're gonna install a Gatling gun on this, like Bloodborne.
Yeah.
You put your gun, your turret on it.
Let's do this. It's pretty sick.
Moose, buddy. We can't walk on laptops.
I mean,
No,
can.
he's stupid. Don't give him ideas. He got his first brain cell yesterday. Baby's first wrinkle.
Is that where our brain cell went?
Yeah, he learned how to turn on the closet light.
What?
Aw.
My nightstand is right next to the little switch, and he just, in the middle of the night, I heard scratching on the wall, and I turned over, and the light switch had been flicked up, and he was like halfway up the wall, and I was like, oh, all right.
Jesus Christ.
It
You have
was
a walk-in
terrifying. What?
You have a walk-in closet?
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Nice.
Ow.
Yes, our cat Maxwell knows how to open doors if they have lever handles.
Hell yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going here, right, on the map?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm in draw mode. Sorry. We're going here. What is this up here then?
You don't know.
Oh,
Let me bring
okay.
Yes.
How long does it take to learn a feat? How many?
60 days.
So this is like a long-term goal.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can learn extra feats besides the ones that like level ups?
Yeah, you just have to train them.
Yes. You have to train them, and it has to be during downtime, and that's your downtime activity.
Do you need a secondary, like, resource, like books, or can you just learn it?
I'm gonna say that you will have to put in money once you are finished. You can start learning it right now.
Does
You
it
have
have
to
to be
make the
like?
map.
Does it have to be consecutive, or can we use like a day here and a day here?
It does not have
day
to be consecutive. No.
There's a
Okay.
feat called linguist. Will that give me? You learn 3 languages of your choice, and your increases by 1. Does that include thieves' cant?
It's a language.
That's a language, right?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
You can ably create written ciphers. Others.
How many feats can we be practicing? Like, how many can we do?
Unlimited amount if you have the time.
Okay.
Whether or not there is a time gate on this campaign has yet to be seen.
Okay.
You know what we haven't
I-
asked
yeah,
anybody about in
5
some
EP.
time? The purple crystals.
Yeah, or the gambling.
Well,
That
the gambling's on the table. We already know what we're doing with that. We just got to get up out of the Underdark.
but we got yeeted down here,
Yeah,
so
yeah, but all we got to do is escape.
sure.
That is the original reason you came here.
Came to the Underdark to find that.
Chop, chop, chop.
Well, we came to the Underdark because it was our way out from Whimsburg, right?
Yes, and you were told by the people of Wilmsburg to, for one, inform the council there that their priestess had died tragically. Of course, the actual events of what happened, even the nobles of Wilmsburg weren't aware of. And then they said that the drow know ways out of the Underdark, so they might be able to help you get out.
Okay. And we also decided to take this opportunity, being in the Underdark, to try and find that one dude's apprentice who he definitely cursed on purpose.
On Curstbus.
Do we still have that
All
axe,
right.
or did Kratos just flat out discard it?
Kratos has it. He just had a chance to deattune from it, and he has not reattuned from it since.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm gonna spend this day training the linguist feat.
Okie dokie.
Oh, what does my bow tie do again? The magic one?
Your first attack during initiative has a +10 to hit.
Oh
Where
wow.
can I keep track of this? Gotta be able
I'm
to keep
gonna
track of
I'm
it.
gonna spend the day also working towards a feat.
Okay.
Me 3.
I'm gonna do telepathic.
All right.
Any suggestions on where to keep track of this?
You could make just like a item in your inventory and then write it in its notes. You could just put it in public notes on the Discord.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
I'm going to also start training. I'm going to do Boon of True Sight.
Is that a
Charles
feat?
just sent me a picture.
I believe.
That's not a feat.
It's under feats.
No, on whatever site you're using, it's putting boons in the same category as feats, but it's not a feat.
It is called an epic boon.
The only way to get a boon with a feat is with an aberrant dragon mark.
And am I crazy, or aren't the dragon marks something that like the high dwarven houses of Eberron have or something?
I believe epic boons are D&D 2024 rules, which we are not doing. So
Gotcha. Fair enough.
Do I have permission to pin things?
Sure.
Yeah, I would like to pin this so I can keep track of it, please. Thank you. I go back and edit it every day that I add a day to it.
Okie dokie. All right.
I'm gonna post a thing in public notes for everybody. This is a complete list of all feats that are in the 2014 version of the game from all expansions as well, but just not the 2025 stuff or
For
2024.
pacing, since I think people are getting tired, you can just say which feat you wish to begin working towards, if that's what you decide to spend your free time for. But we will continue onward. Around the morning time of the, after night of you all traveling, you're about 3/4 of the way through, you start to hear the Quaggoth kind of snort and snore and begin to shuffle a bit.
Oh, I can't pin stuff. Okay.
Ah, hello, buddy. You should probably go back to sleep.
Ah,
Oh, don't
it's
worry.
you.
Yeah, it's us. Don't worry. We're here.
Oh,
Don't worry. You can go back to sleep, my friend.
you even tucked me in. But
Sure.
It's not a very good blanket.
Oh, don't worry about that. You've slept with worse, haven't you?
I mean, it's more of a trance, but my head is still killing me. Thought I'd try to figure out what I could do to.
Oh, you know what you should do? You should absolutely sleep it off. That does wonders for my headaches.
I've been trying that. Sort of suppresses it, but
Well, if
hasn't
you're
been
asleep,
working as much lately.
if you're asleep, you're not thinking about the headache now, are you?
His head's hurting.
Oh. Oh, shit. Meeper, I would like to burn that spell scroll.
Okie dokie.
We might have just brought a fucking mind flare onto this fairy.
I mean, or whatever these red fleshy things are when they grow.
Yeah, I would like to cast using that scroll, detect good and evil, to see if his head lights up.
All right. Yes, you cast detect good and evil. You take a peek at him, and you see a small red bulb in his skull, kind of near the back left side.
Jesus. Well, my friends, it would appear that the rot has taken another victim.
Is there any other glowing bits around us right now? Do I have one? Does anyone else in the group have one?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. While the spell is active, is there any other bits?
No, you don't really see anything like that.
Is Beerus just chock full of them?
Kurg, my friend,
Yeah.
when did this headache start?
Maybe about 2 or 3 weeks back.
Right. Was there any inciting incident that might have given you this headache? Were you attacked by a strange bug or perhaps slug?
Let's see
Slug.
here.
Morgan
Uh,
hates slugs.
Fucking hate slugs.
Take me to Slurch.
Snurch.
It's snurched, Catherine. It's
It's
snurched.
snurch.
I changed it for the
She
Slurch.
knows.
We're not going to slurch. We go to snurch like civilized people.
All worship to the shiny slime.
It's because
Should
it's
probably-
because snails are good, slugs are ugly and yucky and gross and bad.
Slugly.
Exactly. Tommy gets it.
Except apple snails. Apple snails are invasive and evil and deserve to die.
They're just slugs in
Crazy
disguise.
looking eggs as well. Have
Yes.
you ever seen them? They're
Yeah.
bright
Yes.
pink.
And they're
They're cr-
crunchy. It's weird.
What?
Yeah, and
You chew on them often?
I'm
People,
saying they look like glass, and I've seen a lot of videos of people like crushing them, and they get crushed like glass. It's weird.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
very
now I want
invasive.
to
It's
chew
like
on them.
Yeah.
morally correct to kill the eggs.
Jeez.
A snail on blocks.
Yeah. You see him be like, well, we, let's see here. Me, Mercon, and Wilmer, we were, set up to, ambush this, like, little cargo carriage for the, House Mike's people. And, I was lookout with Wilmer. Then, I just felt something coming on, and I guess I went into a trance or something, and I woke up, and after that, Wilma was, in hysterics, and, after that, I've just sort of been conked out most of the time I can get.
What was the Darrow's name?
Mercon.
Mercon. Oh, okay.
Mergani.
Did Mercon stay with you?
Well, like I said, me and Wilma were, lookouts. Mercon was the actual one who was gonna jump in the carriage while they were stopped and
Right.
take their things.
Right. And
So
What-
he sort of was.
what things did Mercon take?
He took that stuff he gave you. The
Right.
uh,
The flame retardant. Yes.
yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. He definitely doesn't want the rot spreading, right?
I mean, his goals were always kind of the same as mine. I just don't want my fucking house to burn down.
Right.
Fucking hell.
Right.
You don't want my fucking house to burn down.
I
That is
see.
so real.
I love this guy.
Well,
He is
Kirk,
mean.
I'm gonna take a chance here, and Kirk, my friend, I think we are on our way to a place that might help you get rid of that headache. But
Yeah,
If
that's nice.
if it gets any worse, if you feel sick to your stomach, you feel
Like
maybe
you're gonna
as if
turn into something.
if your skull starts to metaphorically split open, if you lose any teeth, let me know.
Give us a holler if you're feeling squid, all right?
I will.
Oh my god.
I will murder you. I will do it.
I'm a doctor.
But for
see.
you, though, it's for you.
I'm a doctor, you see. So if you experience any strange
He's an
symptoms,
alchemist.
I took an
my
oath.
Hippocratic. It's my Hippocratic. oath to
I'm
I took
murder
an
a
oath.
mind player.
I'm this guy. I'm essentially manipulating Kurg.
Yeah,
Simon
like,
would never.
Yeah. All right.
manipulate somebody. Doesn't sound like you.
Well, you know where to find me if you need me. I'm
Yes.
trancing out again.
Absolutely. Good night, my friend.
Prancing
gonna-
out.
And I'm going to rush and wake up anybody who was already asleep, and I'm going to let them know. I'm like panicking. You guys. He's got a tadpole in his head. He's got a tadpole in his head.
It will get the chisel and the hammer.
Talk to Wilma. She's done it before.
I'm not going to lobotomize this poor creature in the middle of this
You-
fairy.
If you don't lobotomize him, Mr. Doctor, he will die.
We are
That's
on-
Doctor,
So,
Mr. Doctor to
Simon,
you.
We are
Can you
And he
give
on-
me
might
a
infect someone
perception
else,
check?
right?
That's
Uh,
Mr. Doctor.
Who's given the perception check?
You.
Gotcha.
He's probably already turned and he's behind
You
us.
can give guidance.
Oh my god!
He's behind
What is
you,
going on with
isn't
these
he?
8s? I'm spending
Give it-
my last
well-
one.
I can give guidance.
Hold on. What are
A
these
13 plus
fucking
4.
8s? Oh, good, a 9. Okay, Flash of Genius, it's an 18, so let me roll that d4 for guidance.
Not bad.
Okay, cool.
All right, 21. Yes, as you're kind of shaking people, and again, everyone's awake. This was kind of early morning, but most people were awake. Oh, Cassie, Avery no longer has her negatives from being revived.
Fuck yeah, I'm back to full strength, baby.
Yes.
And you look over at Kurg again, as he is once again seemingly fully in what he calls his trance, and the sort of red sphere in his head that was glowing because of the spell is gone.
Oh. Well, that's curious.
The spell ran out, so you can't see it anymore.
No, the spell is still active.
The spell is still
Oh.
very much active. It
Hammer and
seems...
chisel.
No, well, hold on. It seems
Ice pick.
when he's in his trance state, as he calls it, his...
Is he pausing the Ceramorphosis?
I think so.
Well, the
That's
spell you're
it.
using,
Oh.
the spell you're using detects evil or good, right? So what if when he's like this, it sort of neutralizes the evil side of whatever the thing is?
Well, it's called that, but it literally just shows you nearby aberrants,
Faith.
elemental
Okay.
fiends, and undead.
I think he put the tadpole in a cryo sleep just by meditating.
I had an interesting thought. What if I were to, and hear me out, it's going to sound a bit unhinged.
From you?
Nah.
With the
Perhaps,
frizz? No
perha-
way.
perhaps this might be some sort of the beginnings of some sort of inoculation. We could use his weird resistant mind, because he said this happened weeks ago when he first got this
Oh.
headache. He mentioned that he blacked out. Ceramorphosis should have already taken hold.
So your solution is to put everybody into a coma, basically.
No. My solution is to study his brain and figure out why, and perhaps use that information that I learn to come up with some sort of, for lack of a better word, anti-tadpole vaccine.
I'm throwing this out there because we don't have other people to check. We actually don't know yet if going to sleep if that doesn't do that. It doesn't do the same thing for everyone. Like if I had one, maybe if I went to sleep, it does the same thing.
Well, it's not
Okay.
sleep; it's a meditative state.
I get what it's intended to be, but what I'm saying though is like it might be simpler than it might be because we don't know, but it might be simpler than we think.
Well, he's a monk, right? Monks have special like. Don't they
Wait,
have,
is
like-
Kurg a monk?
I
You
swear.
know
I
for
swear
certain. That's kind of what your assumption has been. All you know is that you found Kurg where you found Wilma. When you found him, he was he had no pulse. He was seemingly dead as far as you could tell, to the point where you started to go through the procedure to revive him. Successfully did so as far as you're aware, and woke him up. And then the next time you saw him, he once again was unconscious and asleep, although you didn't really mess with him at that point. And both Murkon and Kurg himself said that he goes into trances when he's doing this, but you don't know what that means.
Meeper. The the GIF were monks, right?
Yeah.
What they had buildings, right? What were the buildings made of?
They only had one building. Everything else was just kind of like natural caverns and whatnot that they sort of made fancy. The only building there was made entirely out of black stone. It was called the Eben Gif Monastery.
Okay, never mind then.
It would be so much easier if I was able to dissect his brain. But for that, he would have to die, and I already told him that I would see about helping him live.
Well, people do open brain surgery sometimes.
I don't. I'm not a surgeon. I'm.
What
Can't
ra-
we just go to somebody that can put them back together if we fuck it up?
I suppose we're.
We are on the way.
Yeah, we are
on
on
the
our
way to
way.
somebody.
what race is Avery?
Variant human.
Okay, I'm just gonna send you something.
Simon's actively like, you see him like putting his hand over like his chin and his mouth a little bit, as though he's like really, really seriously considering dissecting this thing's brain. But he's like, eventually he's like, nah, I really, really shouldn't.
Unless.
I'll wait for him to die of natural causes.
The prodigy feat? Is that what you're showing me?
Yeah, it gives you a language, but it also gives you a skill proficiency, a tool proficiency, and the skill that you choose to be proficient with, you get expertise with. So it's a double proficiency. It also I thought that there was a thing that also gives you a language as a different feat, and I was trying to remember what it was, and I found it.
Yeah, the reason I was thinking about linguist is because it increases my int by 1 also. And it has that cipher.
It's up to you. I was just
I'll
showing
look
it
at
to
them
you.
both. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, that's helpful.
Blood hunters do use int.
While Kurg is in his trance, I am going to take some of my tools, like some tweezers and stuff, and I'm just gonna check for like loose teeth or swollen or reddened skin beneath the hair and fur and stuff.
Yeah, go and make me a medicine check.
I'm gonna check for signs of started
I'm
but
gonna
then
help-
reversed ceramorphosis.
I'm gonna help with that if that's okay.
That's fine.
What are my rolls tonight? What is
Roll
happening?
again.
The help action, you can roll
You
worse.
have the help action.
Okay, yes, but
You can
still,
roll word.
I
I can guide.
okay. There we go. There's something.
18.
You have guidance.
Oh, I do have guidance. Let's do that.
Guidance.
22. Aventivu.
Why
Oh,
are
the
why are
D4.
my guidance
30,
dice?
20.
Why are my guidance dice privated from me?
I don't know.
'Cause
You
you're an
can't see
idiot.
them?
I can
Oh.
see the roll out. I can see the end of the output. Like I can see that I rolled a 2 on the D4, but like the D4 itself.
Because you're rolling as the party. You're not rolling as Simon. You're rolling as the.
This is where we find the golf ball sized gaping bloody hole in the back of his head.
All right, Simon, you take the time to look him over. You see that there's no signs of ceramorphosis, but there is something which is really weird to you, which is the signs of very, very early onset necrosis.
Oh,
Is he killing the thing by not letting it eat him?
the dead don't eat.
Is he
The
starving?
dead don't
it?
eat.
He's starving.
We
it.
almost said the dead
Which
don't
means
He's going into this trance so often to try and stop the headaches or to stop this creature, but he's doing it. He's using this ability so much that it's slowly actually killing his body.
he's
Oh.
probably not eating.
I'm thinking.
Oh wait, is the necrosis in his brain or like where is it?
It's like, generally on his fingertips, around his gums, lower eyelids.
What stage of necrosis are we talking about? Are we talking about bloating, or are we talking about like full on skin and flesh is starting to degrade?
Like, parts of his skin and flesh are starting to degrade, but he's not bloating.
Damn.
Interesting.
This is I don't even know. I don't have words.
This is very
Is he?
interesting.
I think this is not typical of Quakeoffs, right?
It's
As far as
typical
you're
of
aware,
monks.
no.
This is. I think you all might have been right. I don't think this is simply his metabolism. I think our friend Kirk here might be undead in some capacity.
Just this isn't Riven because Riven doesn't know about this person, but wasn't Papillion kind of like falling apart at the seams too?
Oh, he was just super old, like wicked old.
Could it be something similar here?
Can I see if I can't connect that dot? If that dot exists to connect?
Why would a
Make me-
tadpole be interested in an undead though?
I'm pretty confident he's not undead. I think that he has an ability to go into such a deep meditation that it's similar to death.
But he's
And I
going.
think he's
Well,
hold on. I think he's overused that meditation so much to try and keep back this tadpole or whatever you want to call it. I think he's done the ability so much at this point that it is slowly starting to actually do necrosis. Like it's meant to be like a one-off every once in a while. You kill himself for 8 hours type thing. But he's been doing it so often that now it's like his body is being dead for several days instead of like just a few hours like it's supposed to.
I can
did find
figure out
Mind
if he's
Flayer
undead real
vampires.
quick if you want.
No,
Yeah.
when I hold on, when I cast Detect Good and Evil, undead was part of the category, and he did not ping.
Exactly.
Okay, but
So
there were Mind Flayer vampires, so the existence of an undead having
Yeah.
a tadpole has a precedent.
We also don't know still if these are illithid. We just know it's like a red gooey thing.
You're right, but then why did Wilma lobotomize herself?
Well, it
Maybe
might have
it's
also been for the
illithid
same
adjacent.
reason.
I'm gonna check Wilma for the same signs of necrosis.
Good idea.
Make me a medicine check.
I'll help
I
again.
use the help back. Oh, never mind. Actually, if anybody should use, never mind. I'm stupid. That's not how that works.
Thank goodness for advantage on that. Fucking
15
hell.
good.
Can I
Use your guidance.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
19.
Yeah. You check Wilma over. You see that she is sort of like kind of thump rocking her wheelchair a bit. She seems almost a little stressed out, but you see, no, she seems healthy enough. I mean, even during the couple days she's been in your care, some of the scarring as well as from like her biting her nails and like around her nose and eye have started to heal up. She looks a little better since the last time you looked her over a couple days ago.
Aside from a gaping hole in her frontal lobe, she seems to be doing better than ever. This is curious.
What spells do you have prepared?
Check.
Imagine for a second that you have the ability to turn off your body as if it were dead. But it's meant to be a one-off thing that you do very rarely, every so often for very specific circumstances, right? But
Well,
you're
we
in
know
a
what you're
position.
saying. Like, he uses it so much that he kills himself. Like,
It's causing
what you're
necrosis.
saying.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
I have blight. I mean,
Blight's not gonna help.
the
it can
thing,
determine if he's undead.
it's not.
Wait, no, Blight works on plants.
No,
my,
blight works on everything. It doesn't.
my issue with that theory is that even
Oh,
if
really?
he's holding back the ceramorphosis and the progression of whatever this is, it doesn't change the fact that there's something aberrant inside of his skull.
Yeah, there is.
Unless what he's doing is causing it to disappear entirely, then I don't think, unfortunately, your theory holds much weight.
Yeah, I think honestly, Mira's theory holds the most water.
But again, it can't just cause it to disappear. The spell would indicate that it's still
The creature's
there.
only alive when he's alive.
Wouldn't that starve the creature event? Like if he stayed
Well,
vegetative for long enough, it would
It's
starve
a
the creature.
it's an aberration. We don't know. It could maybe be in a dormant state for
It's like a
hundreds of
water bear.
years. Like you don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Also,
I don't know.
If Wilma's stressed out, by the way, I'm gonna pull out a book and I'm going to read to her.
Okay.
Too many threads to pull on this one. I think we should take her. Oh my god, my cat is yowling.
What'd you say, Meeper?
We need to take him to the matron mother of House Dim right away.
Is there a spell that helps you determine if something has been brought to life? Like if something has died and been brought to life by magic, is there something that lets you
Not
know?
really, no.
The thing that Tommy did would have revealed if it was an undead.
No, I was wondering if because I'm not super sure how like resurrection spells work. I don't know if like maybe the necrosis set in while he was dead and somebody cast true resurrection. Maybe I don't know. Like, does true resurrection get rid of the necrosis?
Yes, it would.
Oh, okay.
That's the book I'm reading to Wilma.
Let's see. All right. Well, if you all are done messing with Kurg, at least for the time being, you begin to pull into Old Town Ferronaranzan. As the oars of your ferry continue to push through the viscid gray river Zelosvlos, the red glow of the Narbondale Dra washes through the tunnel as you approach Old Town Ferronaranzan. The Zirkwood ferry crawls to a stop as it rests on the edge of the carved stone dock.
Are we
The
long
small-
rested?
Yes. The small gangway plonks on the stone as the head ferryman steps aside to give you all a first glimpse at the ancient city. The docks along the riverside roll up layer by layer to the stone city proper. Each inch of the ancient stone chiseled with a relief a century in the making. Stone buildings rise high, even under the vaulted cavern ceiling. Stone bridges and stairways connect each of them together like a petrified webs. Its inhabitants gently walking across them. That is where we will end for tonight.
That was really good, Maper. Ah, the more
Good session.
the more shit we solve, the more shit goes unsolved. Dude, I am invested in this now.
I'm
Oh,
invested.
like you weren't like fucking for the
Okay.
last 4 sessions.
I am
Yeah.
I am extremely invested in this. I've been invested in this.
I am too. Yeah, no, this is. I'm so glad I got to have that little